Alright, y'all, so we about to jump into the story time of how I fell out with both of my long-term friends in Chicago. This took place in June, and I originally went to visit Chicago because one of the girls was pregnant at the time and she was having a baby shower. Before I jump into the story, I'm going to give y'all a little background. So y'all already know who the first girl is. We just might as well say it. Y'all know who she is. I originally met both of these two people through TikTok. I met her through TikTok because I gave them personal readings. If y'all know me from a couple years ago, I used to do personal readings on social media. I'm very intuitive and I'm gifted, hence on why I'm so emotionally intelligent. So I met both of them through DMs. I specifically met her through DMs after my first friend. So I knew the other girl first, but I met her second. We gonna call the other girl Tay. So I know both of them because I gave them readings, and me and Greg became friends through personal reading. And at first, I remember when I first ever gave her reading, I was skeptical on being her friend because, like, I remember feeling like she was, like, damn near forcing herself to be my friend, which at the time I never seen no type of way. I still don't, because I feel like I'm one of them people where, like, I'm not no friends type of girl anyways, like, back then. So I was never friendly at all. Like, I never would tell my business, none of that. Like, I was never into friends, because if you from the DMV, you know it's eat or get ate. And we taught, like, you don't tell people your business. Like, it don't matter if y'all friends or not. I never grew up on womanhood and friendship to begin with. Anyways, fast forward, me and her began to be friends, and we was friends for a while. Like, we was friends, I think, up for 3 years, up until we finally met. With me and Tay also met off of social media. We met first, and I actually went to one of Tay's birthday parties. She's from New Orleans. I went all the way to New Orleans just to go to her birthday party within, like, the first year of us meeting. So I would say within, like, 3 to 4 months of us knowing each other. No, about 6 months of us knowing each other. My mother drove me to New Orleans to meet her and go to her birthday party. Me and Tay was super close. We had a lot in common. I almost felt like me and Tay was like soul sisters. We kind of also, like, favor each other in features, even though she's darker than me. Me and Tay was super close. We went on our spiritual awakening together, like, just a lot of different stuff. I feel like a lot of things that I would go through in my life also projected with her. Like, it's also certain things that she would go through, and we would always go through similar things at the same time. So me and Tay first time was meeting in New Orleans at her birthday party. So let's speed the story up. At this point, I've been friends with Tay for probably 4 years, and at this point, I've been friends with Grace for like 3 going on 4 years. So I knew Tay for 5 and her for 4. Or 1 for 3, 1 for 4. I really don't remember. Anyways, as y'all can tell from Gracie's page, she's from Chicago. Her and all her people from Chicago. Just so happened her mother moved to Texas. Not the part of Texas that I stay in, but like 2 hours from this part of town. She had recently found out that she was pregnant with her current lover. She had recently was coming here for Thanksgiving. This all happened last year, y'all. We was friends last year. We was friends up until June, but, you know, we were still, like, friends last year. She so happened to be coming out there for Thanksgiving. I believe it was for Thanksgiving. She stayed for, like, a month and some change, or 2 months and some change, something like that. In the middle of her coming out there, whatever, she had asked me, like, could she come see me? And I'm like, yeah. Mind you, at the time, as y'all know, I have a narcissist mother. Me and my mother was getting into it a lot. The police kept being called to the house. I kept trying to figure out my living arrangement. I'm freshly 18 at the time. Like, I had a lot going on. And I almost really felt like it was not the time for Grace to come out there, whatever. And I felt like it wasn't the time for her to come. But me being a team player and me being a friend, I'm like, damn, we've been virtual friends for so long. I never even met her in real life. Like, you know, take your opportunity when you can. Even though I solely felt like in my heart it was not her time for me to see her and be trying to spend time with her when I don't even know my living arrangement. And this also ties into how I end up meeting a narcissist that I was dating. So she ends up coming to my part of Texas and to visit me. She met me at my house, and she spent the night at my house. I brung her in, and like I said, my mother was getting into it. So I ended up deciding I was going to go stay with a boy. Everybody knows that that's the worst decision to make. But at the end of the day, when you came from what I came from, I was in super survival mode. Which is hence why you shouldn't do your child like that. Anyways, me and her went to go stay with him for about 3 weeks together. So it wasn't just me. But of course, I went a day before she even arrived to see what type of vibes it was, like how it was over there. So this is my first time meeting her. I'm not gonna lie, my first time meeting her, I did feel like if I would have met her in person first, that's not somebody that I would have been friends with. And I don't mean to say that in no harm or nothing like that, but I remember just feeling like that based off of, like, the vibe that I got. But it was like, fuck it, we already friends now, you already here, and I never met her in real life. I think we started being friends when I was like 15 years old. Keep in mind, she's also pregnant, y'all. It's just a lot going on. I feel like from a mature perspective, we shouldn't have linked at this time. Anyways, like I told y'all, we stand in the house with dude. So it's me, dude, his roommate, and her. We all stand with each other. He got a 2-bedroom apartment. And that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. He was a narcissist. His ass was insane. Not crazier than me, though. You know I get the last lick. Anyways, I'm throwing this part in the story because that's our first time meeting each other. That's our first encounter. And I'm throwing that in here because all of that to say, I felt like she was flirting with him. And this is not even something that I ever even mentioned to her or took up with her. I'm just one of them people play it by ear. Like, now that I know that about you, I won't bring you around nobody else I talk to. So this is the first thing when I realized her ass was not my friend. Mind y'all, on top of this, I had went to this intuitive lady. She's a life coach. She's a prophet. So she does spiritual things through God. She told me that she was not my friend and that we was going to fall out. I have it on recording if y'all want to hear it. That we was going to fall out because she is very weird when it comes to boys. And this is another reason why intuitively in the back of my head, I felt like it wasn't our time to link, and especially for me to bring her around him, because I didn't want to believe what that lady had told me, but I felt like in my heart and spirit that everything she told me was real. And I also felt like it was true because when I had told the girl about it, she immediately got very defensive and upset. And it's like, damn, it's almost like it triggered something. But I remember just thinking like, no, that's my friend. I don't think she'll really do that. You know, all the time, people that's spiritual, they don't always be right. So anyways, let's get into it. So me and the boy is dating. If anybody who know me, anybody knows me, they know that I've never been like a boy crazy or super into nobody I've dealt with. I was more so in survival mode and he was useful to me, to be honest. So I wasn't really trying to get to know him. He wasn't even really my type for real. It was just like, he's going to help me, to be honest. Y'all know. And if y'all act like y'all don't act like you don't. When you look this good, it's off the muscle. Hey. So with that being said, I didn't really know him. I probably only talked to him like a week before I went over there. And I wasn't really trying to get to know him because it didn't really matter. I remember one specific day, like, she gets to asking him a whole bunch of questions like, oh, what happened with your mom? Just like a whole bunch of shit. Like, you would ask somebody if like you trying to get to know them, and it's like, bitch, if I'm talking to this man, this is not your dude. Like, why do you keep sitting here asking him a million questions about his life story? And like, I just thought it was super friendly and I didn't feel like I was tripping. So I looked at her, I'm like, okay, bitch, that's enough. Like, shut up. And that's how we talk to each other anyways. And then it was another instance. We in the kitchen and he like he pouring my drink or whatever, and she puts her cup out and he has the juice to his homeboy to pour her drink because that's not his girl, which I thought was super respectful. Me and her get in the room together. Like I said, it's a 2-bedroom. So we in the room that she's sleeping in. And she like, I don't like how he didn't pour my juice and he handed it to him. Like, dang, I get it. And in my head, I'm like, what would offend you about him giving his friend the juice to pour for you? That shouldn't offend you. If you my friend, you should have looked at that like, damn, he really respects you, friend. Like, what? So keep in mind, like, I don't fuck with the narcissist at all. I don't fuck with his ass in no shape, way, or form. Like, if I seen him, he probably could get that from me. And I already gave it to him. But when we would have sidebar conversations, he would be in the room telling me, like, I don't think that's your friend. I don't like her. That's not your friend. Like, look how she be talking to you. He would be telling me that. Mind you, he is also somebody that tried to display emotional abuse to me, for sure. So I remember looking at him, I'm like, nah, like, that's my friend. Like, that's just how we talk to each other. That's just how he is. And I remember him looking like dead serious with a straight ass face. And nothing he says I really cared about. But every time I think back and I think about him telling me that, I'm like, damn, he was right. So I want y'all to all just keep this in mind. This is just a backstory. And that's why sometimes when people tell me things, I do take heed to it. I might not even believe it right in that moment, but I was taught whenever somebody say something to you about anything, always keep it in the back of your head because you never know when you might need it. My bad, y'all, I'm chiming in. But also to add, when I first brought her to his apartment, he was already there and he didn't know exactly when we were showing up, and he had his shirt off. Mind you, nice built buff guy. When she first seen him, I looked in her face and I could tell that she found him very attractive, which he was. And immediately once he realized she was there, he definitely went to go change his clothes and put a shirt on. But that's another thing I forgot to add. Come back for part 2. Part 2 on my friend fallout from hell. We went on a trip to Chicago and that shit ended in shambles. So anyways, part 1 was more like a backstory of everything that happened. We're going to speed it up now. So after that, we left being friends still. Like, I didn't fall out with her. It's kind of just something I kept to myself. And I just think it's more so I had so much shit going on outside of that than to, like, really think about it. And secondly, I think that I couldn't really believe that I was feeling that way about her. Because, mind you, we had been friends for 3 years. Going on 4 years. And my friend that I just met for the first time, we was virtual. I'm figuring out that, like, she is going. So I never said nothing to her about it. I just kept in mind, like, okay, I know not to tell you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know not to bring you around. Like, I knew the lady, the spiritual lady was not lying. Confirmation. So fast forward, she left and went back wherever she went. And then I went to go stay with my grandfather at this point. I had to up and move. That's a whole nother story. Ended up staying with my grandfather. And in the midst of that, she decided that she's going to have a baby shower. We been knew she was going to have a baby shower, but like we decided we was going to go through, or she decided she was going to go through and have an actual baby shower, which she wanted everybody to come to. When I say everybody, me and Tay. So we was like first on the invite list. Mind you, I had so much going on still, but you know, it was more at a calm. So I ended up going back to Dallas to walk the stage. I graduated early, but I was going to walk the stage. And my living situation became exactly the same. Now, mind y'all, when she told me that she wanted me to come to Chicago to her baby shower, intuitively, I really felt like that wasn't a good idea. I said, I don't think it's going to be a good idea for me to go there. That's what I said to myself. I didn't exactly know how to tell her no, to be honest, because I felt like our friendship, like when we fell out, I grew to learn that our friendship was more like an attachment than an actual friendship. And yeah, like, it would have been a thing. She probably would have understood, but I just felt like I owed it to her because I told her I was coming. It's her first baby. And it's like, it's never going to be another baby shower. But in the back of my mind, I just kind of felt like it wasn't going to be a good idea for me to go out there. And at the time her baby shower came around, I had a lot going on. And I feel like it still wasn't time for me to have been around her. I just had too much going on. Anyways, I still hassled to come out there. So I ended up being in Chicago for her baby shower. I ended up going. That's why y'all seen the pregnant picture. So let's get into that story time. Now, following up to the baby shower, me and Tay was not even cool. Me and Tay was not cool before we both arrived to Chicago, because Tay had did something really fake that I'm not ready to speak on that yet. I don't know when I'm gonna be ready to speak on that, but not now. But Tay know exactly what she did. I had went through something very traumatic, and Tay wasn't there for me. She had a lot of excuses, and she showed me that she had a very selfish character, which explains why we wasn't talking. Now, you gotta think, like, these are two females that I really looked at as my friends. Like, and the reason why I said when I first met the girl that that's not somebody I would have been friends with, because I immediately realized a lot of my own characteristics I didn't see in her. And a lot of girls that I choose to be friends with, it's because I see some of myself in them, whether it's ambition or hustler. Like, that's the type of friends that I usually have. And some of those characteristics I didn't see in her. So that's what I meant by that in my first part. So me and Tay hadn't been cool. Tay had been trying to get cool with me for like a couple months, but I was just like, no, I'm straight. Like, because if you a good friend, it ain't really no sorries to be had. It's either you got it in you or you don't. And this is just a time in my life where it's showing me, like, you didn't have it and you're not supposed to be my friend no more. And I really felt super connected to them. That's what I meant to say. I felt super connected to them. Like, I really felt like we was like this. Like, I used to thank God, like, oh my God, I really have good friends. So I think that's hence on why y'all gonna see I let a lot of stuff slide, or it's just certain things that, like, if I was in my head now, would have been different, because I really thought they was my friends no matter what, because I just feel like we all been through a lot together and we all knew a lot of each other's business. So yeah, me and Tay was not friends before we got to Chicago. So immediately when we touched down, me and Tay met each other at the airport, because we flew into the same airport around the same times. Once I even got to the airport in Dallas is when I decided to call Tay over the phone, like, fuck it, I'm not gonna hold no grudge. We finna be in each other's face. This really more so for you and your baby shower, rather than it is for me or whatever I feel so say. So me and Tay link at the, everything cool. We taking pictures on her camera, on my camera, whatever. And we get into our Uber. Now, immediately, this is how I'm really big on energy. Everything felt like a hassle just to do one thing whenever I went to Chicago. And I noticed that shit. So we get in our Uber. Old girl called us an Uber to her Airbnb. Now, mind y'all, this is one thing too. This is the biggest thing of the story time. So we was all coming to Chicago. And me and Tay was going to be staying in the same Airbnb as her family. When I say her family, I mean her mother, her 2 older sisters, her niece, and her 2 brothers, and her. Mind you, me and Tay was gonna go half on Airbnbs. Was we gonna go half? I don't know. We was supposed to get an Airbnb or hotel or something, but they was all booked up, which I didn't mind doing none of that. And I did not know this until a day before we was about to touch down Chicago. The whole time I'm thinking that I knew they was getting Airbnb, but I'm thinking that we finna be staying in a house with old girl. I didn't think that we was gonna be staying in the Airbnb with her family. If I knew that, I probably wouldn't have came. Because that just alone don't mix. Like, we not they people. We your people. So keep all of that in mind. I want everybody to keep that in mind. So old girl calls us the Uber. We get in the Uber from the airport. Mind you, everywhere in Chicago, it take long as fuck to get there. Like, I would hate to have to drive in Chicago, and it's always traffic. So we get into our Uber. The airport is an hour away from the Airbnb. An hour. So we had an hour ride. Imagine we just got off the plane. I think the plane ride was like 2 hours or something. We just got off the plane. We had to wait for our luggage, and we had to catch the ride. And it was an hour away. So me and Tay fell asleep in the Uber. We tired as hell. Like, we didn't hassle. Like, I don't know. It just felt like everything dragged that day. So we finally make it to the Airbnb. As soon as we make it to the Airbnb, we get in. We greeted by, old girl. And everything. It's like, everything. Come back for part 3. I don't want this to drag. Okay, so we make it to old girl's Airbnb. We get there. All 3 of us greet each other, or greet her. We meet the mother. I never met her mother. We meet the sister. We meet whoever is there at the time. Now, we walk into the Airbnb. Keep in mind of the sister. 23 is what we gonna call her. That's how old she is. Keep that in mind. I immediately feel like I'm just being, like, stared at. Like, just like, we walking in with our bags. I'm like, okay, where do our bags go? Instead of just being looked at. Like, I don't know. I just felt like an awkwardness. So they're like, oh, you can put your bags upstairs. I'm like, cool. So we go upstairs, and everybody's following us upstairs. Not even everybody. The sister. 23. And we get upstairs. We putting our stuff upstairs. Mind you, we got to change because we got on airport clothes, and we finna go, like, out, or, like, we finna do something else. Like, we got on comfy clothes. We want to look a little bit cute. So we get upstairs. We unpacking, looking for clothes, me and Tay. Because we just came from the airport. The sister is just, 23 is just fucking staring. She just staring. Like, she's just staring. And my whole thing is, like, if we finna get dressed and we in the room, like, can you get the fuck out maybe? Or something? She just in there staring. So we finna get dressed. She like, oh, y'all can get dressed. I'm not watching y'all. I don't really care. I'm grown as shit. Like, I grew up with my big sister. Like, it didn't matter to me. But could you not stare at me getting naked? Like, is you weird, bitch? So Tay go downstairs in the bathroom. She probably peeped the vibe. She just was like, She went downstairs in the bathroom. I proceeded to get dressed in front of my shit. Like, I'm in the room with the door closed. Like, and it's like, we don't even know you. Like, get out the room. Why are you sitting here? I feel like anybody mature and grown and shit, like, it was just the vibe in the room to, like, okay, why you getting dressed and getting situated? Let me sit downstairs and wait for you. Why are you sitting here staring? Like, it just gave, like, you super freaked out. What are you doing? But I get dressed anyway because I'm just the type of person, I really didn't care. Like, I just got dressed. Whole time my Tata's out, she's staring. Like, so mind you, like, I'm unpacking my stuff and I set my perfumes on the dresser. When I set my perfumes on the dresser, I kid you not, not old girl. 23 gets up and sprays my perfume on her. The brokest shit I ever seen a bitch do. That is some bum ass shit. You was too old for that. I don't know you like that. Like, that is just something, like, I would never do that. She didn't say, ooh, girl, can I get some of this? Or can I smell it? Walked up, looked at my stuff, and sprayed it. This not even a real perfume. I think it was like some Bath and Body Works. Not you geeking for the Bath and Body Works. And I remember just looking like, why is you doing that? Mind you, this is my homegirl people. So how I would have treated somebody else, I'm trying to carry it with grace because I'm like, you her sister. That's the only reason I'm not going to carry you. But what are you doing? So while this is happening, old girl is not up here. I think she downstairs. She doing something. Tay walked back in the room. So while all this is happening, old girl is not up here. She downstairs doing whatever she doing. Tay walked back in the room, and Tay and the girl left. 23 left. Tay coming in. Tay like, why she was downstairs just like touching my stuff, like using my stuff. And I say to her, I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, she just grabbed my perfume and sprayed it on her. And we both looking like the fuck at each other. In the midst of us talking, old girl walks in the room. And she like, what y'all talking about? I know when somebody being messy. What y'all saying? And we like, damn, bitch, we was going to tell you. We just telling each other first. Which is nothing wrong with that. And I feel like, your sister wasn't fit enough to be around us. Like, I ain't trying to be funny or nothing or rude. But if I knew my sister act like that, I wouldn't have her around my friends. Like, you know, that's the type of little childish, like, bullshit she do. Like, I would have told her to wait downstairs. I feel like she tried to play it like that because that was her sister. Like, when you see her kept staring at us while we was finna get dressed, you should have excused her to go downstairs. Just thinking back, next time, I won't give no bitch no grace. I would just say, can you get the fuck out for real? Because it was just like, ew, bummy. Did y'all ever teach you if you don't have something, don't act like you don't? I don't think they never taught them shit. Anyway, so that whole thing happens and it throws us off. When old girl said that, I told her, like, yeah, your sister just came up here spraying out stuff. She like, oh, for real? She like, oh, I go talk to her. Which I don't really feel like she really said, like, nothing hints to how the story's going to continue to go. Like, she might have mentioned it or said something, but you ain't really tell her, like, don't be doing extra shit. Like, this is not your friends. So boom, that happens or whatever. I'm very thrown off at this point. I'm kind of irritated. And then like her sister was just all in my face. Like she kept being like, you so pretty, da 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 da. Which that's cool. Like thank you so much. Like you know what I'm saying? But it just got to a point where I feel like she was kind of fanning out over me. And I'm not trying to be funny. Like I don't feel like I'm Beyonce. But I just thought to feel like that because I'm used to being like that because I be in the limelight a lot, especially like when I used to do the YouTube shoots and shit. Like I know when people looking at me a certain way, they not looking at me like a person. I know when people are kind of being like limerent towards me or acting like a little obsessive. That's kind of how I felt. And I know like it was probably mentioned that I had a TikTok following because if y'all know, this is not my first page. This is my second account. So I just felt like I was being looked at a certain way and I kind of irritated me a little bit, but I didn't say nothing. Mind you, this also my first impression on the family. Like, you know, I think I was more so peeping stuff, if anything. So we get downstairs and her and Tay, they like mingling. Not 23, but old girl and Tay, they mingling. Me, I'm not really saying nothing. I'm probably texting the boy I was talking to at the time. And I'm just like being quiet, man, in my business. Only reason I'm sitting there quiet like that is because I was kind of thrown off. And I don't like when people try to like fantasize me like that. I don't like stuff like that. And if you get that type of attention, you know where I'm coming from. Like, I'm never trying to act like, oh, these people think they act like, you know, I'm never that type. Like, I don't even think that's funny. It really was given it. And I was really irritated because I had went to the bathroom. It was only one bathroom in the house, y'all. I was so blue by that. It's like, damn, there's 8 people in this bitch. It's only one bathroom. Hella girls. I was super irritated because I had went to the bathroom and I was putting on my lip liner. Y'all be saying my lip liner. Sometimes I be looking fucked up, but I was putting on my lip liner and I'm down there and 23 come in the bathroom and she like, oh, can I use some of your lip liner? The fuck? And this is when I said something. I said, girl, no. Wait, I don't know where you don't know where my lips been. Like, you too grown. Like, you was too grown for that. You're not 15 years old. Like, you don't, and mind you, I'm 18 at the time, y'all. So mature for my age. You are 23. You don't know what I got. Like, you don't ask nobody, can you use some of their lip liner? Like, it was just getting very annoying. And that's why I felt like she was kind of looking at me, like, on a certain way. Because I'm like, I didn't like the vibe she was giving me. Like, you staring at me while I'm naked. You spraying my perfume. You keep being in my face, calling me pretty, asking about my TikTok. And then, like, we get to the bathroom, you asking for my lip liner. So I was really blue by that. Like, I was kind of very irritated. So come to find out, like, me and Tay having a side conversation while, I don't know if we was in the car by ourselves or we was walking to the car. I don't know. But she was like, oh, girl asked her for, she was like 23, asked her for some of her pink lip gloss. And it's like, you 23. Why you don't got no fucking lip gloss? Like, bitches really get around you, like, ooh, she got this and that. And I don't like stuff like that. Like, don't bring me around your sister if you know your sister do shit like that. Like, it was very bummy. So I'm not gonna lie, I did make a joke. Or I did say, like, when we was going upstairs, I think when I first got in the house, I said to old girl, who baby shower and shit it was, who we out there for, I said, do your sister steal? Cause bitch, do she steal? And I only said that because, like, I just got the impression like she was super excited to see what was in our bags. Like, it was just, like, really throwing me off. Like, I was ready to go based on how her sister was acting. Like, and I feel like if you know your people act like that, do not invite me to stay in the same house with them. Now, here's when I really got irritated, y'all. Come to find out, like, they wanted us to share a room with the sister. Like, me and Tay is already 2 people, and these are full-size beds. They wanted us to share a room with the sister. I'm like, why would we not share a room with our pregnant friend? So that immediately threw me off. Like, if y'all all family, y'all should all sleep with each other. We don't know her. Like, they just kept trying to throw her in our face. And I don't know if it was a conversation had. Like, the girl was like, oh, I'll sleep with them. Like, because it was given, like, weird as fuck, to be honest. So I could see it. And I'm telling Tay on the side, I'm like, Tay, Why would they have a share room with, like... Because at this point, I'm not going to lie, I did say a lot of sidebar shit to Tay. Because at this point, the girl that I came down here to see, I don't know what level of thinking you're on. Like, I'm thinking we friends because we be on the same page a lot. So once I noticed that shit, I'm kind of running certain things by Tay. Like, Tay, how you feel about that? Because, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of things I'm saying, Tay is agreeing. Which I feel like anybody would. Like, the fuck? Come back for the next part. So fast forward into the story, y'all. So after that whole experience in the house, I was very thrown off. Mind you, I am so drained out. We didn't already been on the fight for 2 hours. It took us a whole hour to get here. Then we come home to get dressed just to see your sister be like hella fanned out. Like, I don't even know if it's called fanned out or like it was a little obsessive. I don't even know how to explain it. And I wouldn't even say it's because of like my following or nothing like that. I actually seen it more so as like she probably never been around girls who like keep their hair done or look like they got something going on for themselves, because it just kind of gave that. And you could be fanned out for somebody. Like, they don't have to be fucking Beyonce. So yeah, after all of that, I'm telling her, I'm like, I'm hungry. Like, I'm super hungry. Like, when I get hungry, I get really irritated too. That's another thing. Like, I'm super irritated. So she like, all right, I have my mother take y'all to get something to eat while we run before we go to the grocery store. Now, at this point, I'm kind of irritated because in my head, I'm like, why didn't y'all go to the grocery store before we touched down? Like, we've been in the airport all day and shit. Like, what make y'all think we want to go grocery shopping with you? Like, I'm not even trying to be rude or nothing, but it was just more so like, I feel like that was a little bit inconsiderate. Mind you, her mother was the one that was responsible for the grocery shopping. And I feel like her mother was very inconsiderate of her baby shower. Y'all gonna tell more about the story time as we go. But I just felt like if we coming from the airport and shit, like, you should have ran that across us, like, or asked us, did we want to stay home? Because, like, I don't know. I don't like grocery shopping. And then I'm hella drained. I'm kind of, like, tired. Like, I'm ready to do something else. I'm feeling restless. Like, I don't really want to go grocery shopping. So, anyway, fast forward. She take us and she takes us to Chipotle. This Tay first time trying Chipotle. And they on my TikTok. Tay tried to Chipotle. We get Chipotle together. Cool. After Chipotle, we head to Walmart. Smooth. You get to Walmart, that shit was such a long ass drive. Now at this point in the car, I'm gonna tell y'all my perspective. I'm starting to notice like old girl mother is not really like a mom. She more of like they friend. Like her and what you call it in the front seat, her and 23 in the front seat smoking together. Like, she just seemed like she was trying to kick it with us. Like, it gave more friend. You know, I'm just realizing this is my first impression. That's it. So we make it to Walmart and we grocery shopping. They had to buy a lot of stuff, a lot of food. Like, we grocery shopping, they buying everything, you know. To pass the time, me and Tay start making TikToks and recording each other and, like, just being girls, because old girl who we came, that's her baby shower, she was, like, planning stuff out with her family and talking to her family and stuff like that. So we start having fun with each other because, for one, we didn't want to be in a grocery store. It was very mutual. Now, me, I'm very vocal. I say how I feel a lot. Tay, more so, I don't know if she was trying to play a role or she just felt like it wasn't appropriate. I don't really know, but she felt the same, and I could tell by her attitude and demeanor. She didn't really say much. Like, she probably said like one or two things, but like I let it be known, like, girl, why are we at the grocery store? Y'all could have did this morning, which I feel like they should have. So another thing, like, I feel like when you with adults, your sister's 23, she's older than you, you're 20. Your mother's old enough to be my grandmother. So I feel like when you with adults, like, they should have your best interest to where they give you advice and they're leading you to where y'all doing stuff that makes sense. So in the middle of us shopping, old girl who baby shower, they like, oh yeah, we need to get the meat. We have to go to the meat store or whatever. Like, we still got to go to the meat store to buy all of the meat. And I'm telling her, I'm looking at the time, it's late. I'm like, I don't think the meat store is going to be open. I'm 18 years old at this time, y'all. For me to say that and you shopping with your mother and your big sister and they don't, like, I just didn't they was, a lot of shit they was doing was really, like, not helpful, in my opinion. Like, it was kind of, I didn't understand. So I'm telling her, I'm like, boo, I think they closed. Like, y'all was going to the meat store, y'all should have been did that shit this morning, or y'all should have went, like, before we came here. So she looked it up and they closed. And I feel like, honestly, my own opinion, I think they made a lot of stuff harder on her than it had to be because she was super pregnant. Like, if I was her, I wouldn't have wanted to be around them during my pregnancy because I don't understand. Like, it's like you, in the same sense, they helping you because they got the vehicle and stuff like that, but you still have to be responsible for so much stuff. What you can't control, that's your family, but damn. So that's immediately another thing I noticed about the family. This is first impression. I'm paying attention to everything. I'm an analyzer. So while we in the grocery store or whatever, old girl, she goes, dang, y'all keep taking videos and pictures with each other. Y'all not putting me in nothing. Y'all not including me. Mind you, you grocery shopping with your family. Like, we really ready to go. So we really trying to pass the time. Like, if you writing down lists and calling different stuff and y'all got different stuff, like y'all know what y'all need and what y'all cooking, like, and we doing whatever we doing, like, it's not even personal. It was never personal. But we start including her, like, okay, get into TikTok, da-da-da. Like, you know, because it's just like, I don't know. And I almost started to question, like, a lot of stuff she was doing that was throwing me off. I don't know if it was because she was pregnant. Like, I've never been around a pregnant person for real. But we just started including her. So fast forward after this, we get to the register, we pay for the stuff or whatever. Finally, we was in that bitch for like 3 hours. The mother wanted to buy some lick, but she didn't have her ID. And you know, at Walmart, like, the lady looked old as shit. I would have just gave it to her, but they always say you gotta have your ID, like, even if you got gray hair. Her mother looks very much her age. Like, they could have just sold it to her. But they was telling her, like, she had to have an ID. The lady immediately started making a scene, like, have an ID, da-da-da-da-da, I'm grown, da-da-da-da-da. Mind you, in my head, I'm thinking, like, dang, why are you driving in the store without your ID at your big age? Like, that's just what I'm thinking from a young perspective. You know, now that I be driving and stuff, like, people do forget stuff like that. But I'm like, dang, you don't got your ID on you? Like, now, this is not really significant, but it just also ties into, like, me starting to realize the dysfunction that's going on or what type of person her mother is. Like, this is why I'm saying it. But in the same sense, we laughing. Like, we think this shit funny. We like, damn, she funny as shit. Like, you know, we having a good time. So, after this, we pull up to the west side. If y'all from Chicago, you know, the west side. We put up over there, and the mother meet one of her guy friends, which I also think this is a very inconsiderate, something very inconsiderate. She meet her guy friend, and she ready to hop in the car with him. Mind you, like, we just bought a whole bunch of cold food, like, shit that gotta go in the refrigerator. And I'm asking old girl in the backseat, I'm like, she gonna leave all the groceries in the car like that? Like, this shit gotta go in the refrigerator. Like, it's so much. Like, you see what I'm saying? And the mother just ready to go ahead and jump off or do whatever they finna do. And old girl had needed an air mattress. And she was supposed to been go pick up that air mattress from what it sounded like. And she wasn't even sure if they really had it. Checked for that last minute for us. That's another thing. It was just a lot of stuff that was very unorganized. It was a lot going on. So anyway, after that, we all wanted to go downtown or whatever. So she had her friend dude, like, drop us off downtown. We got in the car to go with him. But I'm looking at her like, your mother is so psyched to go be with this little, you know, this little man. And she finna leave your groceries in the car for the baby shower overnight because she that pressed to be with him. Like, I feel like you gotta, like, for me as a woman, make him come meet you at the house. Like, I didn't understand that because it's like, you almost old enough to be my grandmother. Like, I'm like looking like, what? So they let them groceries sit overnight or whenever she came back to get him because she was pressed to go with that man. And I'm saying all of this because I keep looking at character. That's why I keep pointing this out to y'all. So anyways, dude, he take us downtown. We all fit in his car. Now, when I say he take us downtown, 23 came with us, her sister. She came and Tay was there, whatever. Now, 23 kept insisting that we got a bottle. So we did get a bottle. And I remember thinking, like, you know, Mono, maybe you shouldn't drink. I kept thinking that shit, like, this is probably just not the time for you to drink for real. Because when you drink, it influences a lot of stuff. And then sometimes you can't really be alert as you should be. Or really, you don't know if you tripping or, like, you know what I'm saying? But when you know you're not drinking at all, like, it's just different. So we in the car, we kicking it, and we finally make it to downtown. Once we get downtown, like, everything is cool. Like, we having fun. You know, she hella pregnant, so we was trying to get one of them people that be driving, and I was going to pay for it. I was going to pay for her to get on one of the little ride things. So we had to keep walking because she's hella pregnant. In the midst of all of that, we just having a really good time. Like, we recording, like, we having a good time. So I remember, like, I had a male friend that's from Chicago, and me and him got previous things that happened between us as to why I really had no business talking to him at the time. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But when you be so comfortable with, like, you know, dysfunctional shit and talking to somebody even though you know how they are, it's like, it's almost like just natural. So anyways, I had wanted him to come downtown because he said he wanted to see me once I came to Chicago, because I had been told him I was coming to Chicago months ago, and she invited him to the baby shower and was like, yeah, he come to the baby shower, he just gotta bring a gift, da-da-da-da. And I had stopped talking to him before the baby shower even hit. So it was just like a different story. But I was like, oh, well, I'm downtown. Like, he could just meet us downtown so he don't come to the Airbnb, or, you know, like, he could meet us right here. So before I invited him, I look at them and I'm like, do y'all mind if he come down here? Like, do y'all care if he come downtown with us or whatever? Like, would it be a problem? Because at the end of the day, y'all are my friends and I'm with y'all. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, this is not my trip. Come back for the next part. So they like, yeah, like, it's no problem. Like, he could come. Like, we don't care. We not tripping. I'm like, all right, bet. Get him on the phone. I'm like, yeah, I'm in Chicago. You want to meet me downtown or whatever? He like, yeah, but I'm all the way in the suburbs. He like, it's going to take me like 40-something minutes just to get over there or whatever. Mind you, I think we were supposed to leave around 11 or was it 7? I think it was 11 we were supposed to leave or whatever. So I'm telling him, I'm like, dang, it's going to take you that long? I'm like, well, we going to leave around this time, though. Around this time is when we going to be getting headed to leave or whatever. And he like, all right, yeah, but I'm stopping at the liquor store. I'm going to grab some liquor or whatever. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So the whole time that he's on his way coming, like, he keeping me up to date on him coming and everything. So we downtown, we having fun. I tried gyro or whatever. And we just vibing, like, we having fun, we laughing together, taking videos, whatever, doing what girls do. Like, it's cool, whatever. Even this man had picked me up on the street and was like, oh, I got a black truck. Do y'all need a ride to wherever y'all going? And my friend pregnant and shit. I'm like, yeah. I get out the little ride. He had me some money. So we having a good time. We go to get the gyro. Old dude paid for 23 food. Like, we just having a good time. It's cool. So with all of this going on the whole time, the boy I used to talk to, like, he updated me on how far he is and stuff. Like, I know how far he is. So let's just fast forward the story. He like 7 minutes away. But if you ever been to Chicago downtown is big as fuck. Like, it's big down there. Now, I'm not even from Chicago. I'm not even knowing, like, Chicago closed down at a certain time. So I feel like even him trying to still meet me, he should have knew not to come because, you know, he from here. I'm not from here. And Chicago downtown is kind of upscale. I love Chicago. That's one of my favorite cities I visited. But anyway, so he like 7 minutes away. At this point, like, we kind of wrapping up. Like, everybody kind of, you know, like, ready to do something else because we've been here for a couple hours now. And we at the table and we end up going to Chick-fil-A. We was eating a whole bunch of shit. We had been drinking, so we just eating. And I'm telling her, I'm like, damn, he like 7 minutes away. And I'm like, you know, the whole time he been updating me on when he was coming and stuff like that. And I was like, he's 7 minutes away. And in my head, I'm really kind of implying, like, damn, we could at least just wait till he show up and then leave. Or, like, you know. But it seemed like she was really ready to go. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, damn, it's kind of inconsiderate if I invite him and I leave. And I knew, like, he kept me up to date the whole time he was on the way and how far he was. And I just go ahead and leave. So I'm telling her whatever. I'm like, well, since he almost here, I'm just going to wait right here. Because he literally in the area. I'm like, I'm just going to wait right here and y'all could go ahead. I didn't say nobody had to stay with me. Tay being Tay and her volunteering like a friend should. She said, well, since it's you and 23, since it was old girl and her sister, y'all could go back to the house. And then I'll stay with Mono so she not by herself because she not even from here. Mind y'all, at the time, I'm in super survival mode. Like, I'm grown as shit. I don't even have no mother to call on if anything happened. Like, that's just how I am. So I feel like as adults, because I feel like, this is another thing why I feel like this situation kind of clash. Because as adults, like, and I consider myself a super adult because I don't wake up to depend on nobody. Like, I wake up and get everything for myself. Like, you feel me? And I think that's the disconnect that we all had as friends. So I told them they could go ahead and go because I had new dude. And then secondly, I'm used to being, like, super, like, independent. So I didn't feel like, oh, you don't even know where you at. Like, I don't know. I didn't feel like that. And that could have been the case or it couldn't have been the case. You feel me? So old girl and 23, they get up from the table and they walk off. And when old girl kind of walked up, I did kind of get the vibe, like. But I was just like, okay. Because when I ran into her that I was going to stay, she was like, that's fine. She was like, that's okay. Now, mind you, we have been friends for multiple years at a time. And if she know me, I'm super blunt. Like, if I feel some type of way about anything, and I'm from the DMV, if you know, you know. We speak up about how we feel. So don't tell me something you don't mean. Don't say, okay, that's cool. Go ahead and hop in your Uber. Oh, yeah, she was calling an Uber at the same time. That's why I went on and told her, too. But you really don't feel that way. So Tay stayed behind with me, but Tay was also saying that she was tired. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I didn't want to be like, damn, I invited him all the way out here and just go ahead and leave. And at the same time, I did say we were supposed to be leaving a certain time. It could really go a lot of ways. But to make a long story short, like, We end up staying or whatever, and the boy did not even end up coming. He said because whoever he was in the car with was like super like messed up off the lick, and it was just a lot going on. And he ended up having to hop out the car on the boy, whatever. Mind you, the boy never spent me. This never happened. Whenever he was supposed to see me, he had just come see me. So I didn't even expect for that to happen. So now I kind of seen where they was coming from with like, oh, you somewhere you don't even know where you at. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I kind of see that now. And I felt hella bad because the girl Tay that I was with, I'm like, damn, I just put her in a situation and she already was saying how she was like tired. And I'm pretty sure she was ready to go home. Like, we done had a long day. So, y'all, I apologized to Tay. I'm like, dang, Tay, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean for it to go like that. I didn't know that he wasn't going to come. And I swear to God, I did not know. I wouldn't even been dealing with dude if I felt like he would have just spent me downtown in his city. Like, that's not my character. I genuinely did not know. So I apologized to her. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, my bad. I'm super irritated. At this point, y'all, I'm crying. Like, I'm super annoyed. Like, I don't know. I think I already had a lot going on that nobody even really knew about. And then I kind of got very irritated due to the circumstance because I felt like I almost, like, sacrificed that. Thinking about somebody else's feelings and nobody thought about my feelings. Because the plan was, like, we was going to see you downtown and then from there, you was going to drop us back home. But since you didn't even come, now we got to also figure out how to get home. And then we didn't even know the address to the Airbnb. So it just kind of fucked up a lot of shit. And I got really irritated. And I also felt super bad because I've dragged somebody else in this situation with me. So mind you, all that type of shit happened. Me and Tay get in the car and Tay like, damn, like, you know, don't worry about it. Like, I understand. Like, don't feel bad. Like, it's all right. Like, you don't got to cry. Like, she basically, like, comforted me. And she like, you know, I don't feel no type of way. Like, I understand. So fast fucking forward, I get to the Airbnb. I must have walked into the Airbnb and 23, the sister, she like, yeah, old girl want to talk to you. She feels some type of way. She got something to say. And I looked at her and I went, okay. And it's almost like I didn't really have no reaction like quick because I didn't even expect, like, it just gave you being messy. Like, it gave like you need to mind your fucking business. And I went upstairs and in my head, I'm like, okay, mind you, in my mind, these are like my real friends. Whenever we really feel some type of way about each other, it's always been open and honest. So I couldn't understand your sister saying that means that y'all already had a sidebar conversation about me. And it's like, at least had sidebar conversations with people that respect you enough to not even repeat what the fuck y'all even talked about. So I'm just like, huh? So I go upstairs, I take my shower, I'm getting settled, whatever. Old girl come upstairs and she like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I felt some type of way that you had went down. No. I think when I walked into the door, the sister was like, something about me leaving her or something like that, and she wanted to talk to me. Something like that was said. And before she even came upstairs, her little brother came upstairs. He's like closer to my age. And he said her nickname. He like, who left you downtown? And I'm looking like, what the hell? So you didn't sit here and discuss this whole thing with your family. And you know I gotta come back and be here with your family. And I'm supposed to be your friend. So that's something you should have took up with me. Right or wrong? Like, you feel me? And my whole thing was like, why would you sit in my face and agree that you didn't have a problem just to have a problem and go back and discuss the whole thing to your family? So we get upstairs or whatever, and she like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like, I did kind of feel some type of way because I feel like you came down there with me and you left to go with them and da-da-da-da. And in my head, I'm like, we all grown as shit. Like, if I'm not ready to go in the house, I don't have, like, that's how I'm thinking about it. And I don't know, like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know if that's wrong or not, but I even took it up with you as a friend. Like, I asked you, did you have a problem with it? And you was like, no. So I'm like, all right. If she would have told me, like, bitch, no, I feel like you should just come home. Because even when she ran into me, she was like, oh, well, I just feel like you should come home because you don't really know where you at. You don't know what state you in. Like, you never even been here before. She was like, anything could have happened. And you dragged Tay with you in that situation. That's how she ran it to me. Like it was a safety reason and she really cared. Instead of running it like, damn, I did feel some type of way. I feel like you left me. Like, that's what her family was saying. She felt like I left her downtown and da-da-da-da. And her sister was even like throwing her 2 cents like, yeah, if I wasn't there, she probably would have left you. Like, bitch, no, I would not have. Why would I do that? Like, that's the only reason I went. I'm like, well, your sister, like, you know, from my perspective, I just kind of felt like if you felt some type of way as a friend and you felt like I was leaving you or whatever it was, you should have said that in the moment. Because mind you, we not just like kicking friends. Like, this really my friend. Like, we talk every day. Like, we tell each other how we feel all the time. So it's not like no average friendship. So I really didn't expect that from her. And not only that, immediately when you left me, you got on the phone. So this is how it went. She got on the phone and told her mother. Her and her sister rode in the Uber together, so they talked about me together. Supposedly, her mother then said something to the brother. And this my whole thing, like, you supposed to be my friend. So you might forgive me, but your family might not. Come back for the next part. Alright, next part on my story time. I went out of town with my 2 friends, and it turned into a trip from hell. We all fell out. Trip to Chicago. So, yeah, I just felt like, you know, that's something you should have ran across me rather than your family, whether I was right or I was wrong. Honestly, in my mind, I didn't really feel like I was wrong because I did run it across her. And I felt like I immediately felt like she was being fake because your family keeps saying that they saying that I left you. Like, that's what they saying. But you coming out your mouth trying to make it seem like it was for my well-being. And this is what my people told me. They said, well, if she was so concerned about your well-being, why didn't she send y'all the address to the Airbnb? Mind you, we calling her the whole time she's not answering the phone. She did not answer. We had to go to pictures that we took at the Airbnb and get the location from the fucking picture and get the ride. Because we didn't even pay for the first Uber there from the airport. So this is the first thing that happened. And a lot of people might have different opinions. People that I spoke with on the situation, they said they didn't feel like I was wrong. And honest to God, I really didn't feel like I was wrong. Like, thinking back though, I feel like from a mature perspective, now that I'm in a different space with myself, I didn't really have no business linking with him, period. And that's why that happened how I did, because it wasn't meant to be. You feel me? But I feel like as a friend, if I asked you, was it okay? And you came out your mouth and you told me yes. And then you got in the car and talked about me with your family and your sister and told them a whole nother story than what you said to me. That was just weird as shit. And to conclude that, I may have been wrong in your eyes, but that shit was weird and fake of you. Because maybe I should have just been on some like, you know what, he gonna have to catch me on another time. Which, me being me now, that's what I would have did. I should have been like, oh yeah, he's just gonna have to catch me on another time. But I did feel like it was kind of inconsiderate that I did tell him to meet me all the way down here. And then as soon as he get here, I'll leave. But at the end of the day, I shouldn't even consider his feelings because he didn't consider me. And I didn't even end up seeing him, period. I didn't see him downtown, period. Which shows that I probably should have just took my ass to the Airbnb. But for me, the principle was more so, if you felt some type of way, don't gossip with me to your family, and then you know I had to stay in the same house with your family, and you know your family. Like, they gonna feel some type of way after that. And then don't try to kick it to me like it's for my well-being, but you telling them that I left you. That's what they kept saying. And I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of stuff going on, y'all. Like, a lot of shit. Like, a lot of stuff. A lot of different emotions on me. Probably why I wasn't making some of the smartest decisions y'all gonna see. But when you go through a lot of shit, sometimes you don't even be thinking about certain stuff. Like, I don't know. So anyways, that's a discussion, and we sitting there, and mind you, while we sitting there, Tay is agreeing with everything that she's saying. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, why is Tay being a yes man? Because another thing that my people told me, like, if Tay really felt some type of way, why would she, if that's your real friend, why would she wait to get around old girl and agree and say how she felt versus telling you in an Uber when it was just y'all two alone? Because it's not even a three-way friendship. We have our individual friendships with each other. So it's not like you my friend through her. Bitch, that's your friend through me. And I remember in the moment feeling kind of like ganged up on, or like a little bit like, you ever know how you start feeling like something ain't right, but you don't really know how to put your finger on it because you don't really understand what's going on right now? That's how I was feeling. I'm like, damn, why is Tay sitting here agreeing with her? So mind you, even though he didn't pull up to the, he was trying to see me at the Airbnb. And I was finna let him, like, come pull up outside just to see me, which I'm not gonna lie, that shit was dumb. I was fucking tripping. That shit was fucking stupid as hell. Only reason I low-key was finna let him come, though, because he was supposed to give me some money. But I'm not gonna lie, in the moment, it was just, that was stupid as hell. Like, I could agree with that. And they was telling me, like, bitch, hell no, I don't think you should let him come. Like, they was like, no, like, he just spent you, like, yeah, he probably gonna come to make up for it, but make him catch you on a different day. And that I do agree with. That was not a good choice or right to do. And in that moment, I agree with them. I'm like, yeah, y'all right. So this is where I need y'all to really lock in. So boom, I'm sitting in the room or whatever, and the same brother who like, did you leave my sister? He comes in the room with his blick. And he points the blick in my face, and he like, yeah, I pume you. And I looked him dead in his face, and I said, get that blick out my fucking face. And old girl is just watching him do it. Like, she just looking. Like, bitch, you should have said something before I even said something. Ooh, I told the story wrong. No, he had pulled up to come see me or whatever. But he had wanted me to go with him. And my dumb ass was finna go with him. Mind you, I never even spent the night with him. But I've seen him countless times. Like, he was not a stranger to me. And I remember that's what they was telling me. They was like, bitch, do not go with him. Are you cool? And I'm not gonna lie, I was tripping because we out of town. Like, you here with your friends. Like, if you want to see him while y'all out and about, that's cool. But going to stay with him is a little bit insane. And I agree. That shit was really, I don't even know. I was not in my right mind. I was not thinking right. Looking back now, I disagree with that whole type of interference. But anyway, back to that, what I was telling y'all. So yeah, he points it in my face and she like looking. And you should have said it before I said it, like, and I'm looking around like, is you serious? Like, why is your brother? Mind you, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. Like, I'm not really easily frightened. Now, this is my first time meeting her brothers. She got 3 brothers. Only 2 of them was at the house. So this night is my first night and encounter with her brothers. So they both come home with blicks. They waving them joints everywhere. They in everybody's face with them like they doing too much. It's another room across from the room we was staying in. They in the room playing like Chicago drill, waving the blicks around. You could just tell they never had no blick. Like, you could just tell like they just was doing what they see on the internet or something. It just gave very much like, you know, because you in a house with women. Anybody that's like really in the streets or whatever, like, there's not even a time for that. And y'all should have called your uncle to whip their ass. So while all of this is happening, one of her brothers seemed like he is tripping. Like, he seemed like he was tripping. Like, that's the best way I could put it. Like, he didn't seem like himself. His face was very red and his face was like twitching a lot. I didn't really catch on to that till later. But the mother kept going in the room and she was like, y'all need to turn the music down. They had the music blasting. We in the Airbnb. She like, y'all need to chill out. If you supposed to be the mother, that's how I know you play more of a friend role, because I can't even understand why they thought that was okay. Secondly, how was Blix even allowed around you and you a parent? Like, I didn't understand that. So that's all going on or whatever. This night, me and Tay fell asleep in the bed together. We tired as shit. And mind you, like I said, they wanted us to like share a room with everybody. So I guess they was originally supposed to be sleeping in the room that we was in. So some of their stuff was like in the drawers or whatever. So I'm in there knocked out, sleep. Me and Tay knocked the fuck out. Tay never woke up the whole time. The youngest brother, he's 16. He comes in there with his blick. He keeps coming in and out the room. And I remember I got up and I locked the door. Because I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, get the fuck out. That's just disrespectful. You see us sitting here laying here. Like, we older than you. We your sister friends. Like, have some fucking respect. So I got up and I locked the door. Like, get the fuck out. And I doze back off and fall asleep. But I keep hearing like an argument and disagreements back and forth. And it's him saying he's going to unalive his mother. He's still waving around the blick. They telling him to put it down. Like, it's just a lot going on. Mind you, it's 4 of them. It's the mother. She's old enough to be my grandmother. It's my pregnant friend. It's the oldest sister. And it's 23. It's 4 of them. And then it's the other brother. And he was doing the same thing. But he wasn't tweaking like the youngest one. So all of this, I'm hearing all of this through the door. And it was this phone in the room. The shit kept ringing. I gave that shit to the mother in her hand. I'm like, take this phone. Like, get this shit the fuck out the room. It was annoying. They was being so annoying. It was being too loud. I can't understand why you can't tell your son what to do. Like, all of it irritated me. I'm in here trying to go to sleep. Like, it was so annoying. And I don't sleep heavy. So once I locked the door or whatever, I dozed off, I wake up to somebody like jiggling on the door real hard and like trying to get in. Like, I guess he was picking the lock. So he come through the door and he's like talking to himself. But he's talking to somebody, if that makes sense. Like, he's talking to somebody like they in front of them, but nobody's talking to him. He's talking to himself. And I remember getting up like, because I didn't know, I knew he was tweaking, but I didn't know how bad. So I remember getting up like, what the fuck is he doing? And I kind of got up and I looked at him. And he seen me, and I looked at him in his face because he turned the light on. And his face was like twitching and red. I'm like, what the hell? So then he goes over to the drawer. He like, I'm finna leave, da-da-da-da-da. And he put all his stuff in his book bag, and he like just going through it. And I'm looking at him. No. When he first came in the room, I'm like, you need to stop making all that fucking noise. That's what I told him. And he just kind of looked at me, and he got quiet. And when he came in the second time, he didn't make any noise. They was all scared of that little boy. Come back for the next part. what part this is, but it's my friend fallout. My trip to Chicago from hell. So anyways, yeah, like, they all scared of him. At this point, he still got blick in his hand, and he was coming up to the room. And I told him, like, you need to stop making all that fucking noise. We in here sleeping. That's exactly how I worded it and said it. I don't care who he threatening to unalive. I don't care about no blick. I believe in the Most High. God is who I praise to. I'm not scared of no 16-year-old walking around with a gun. Like, you gonna have to shoot that motherfucker. And I'm really from shits. So if you ain't did shit you said yet, I'm not scared. Where I'm from, people stand on business. So 9 out of 10, ain't nobody gonna say what they gonna do. The shit gonna be done already. That's one of the reasons why I was not scared. So once I told him that, the second time he came in the room, he came in there quiet. And I noticed, like, he's still talking to himself. He's throwing stuff in the bag. His face is twitching and really red. And I'm looking at him. I'm like, yeah, I know you and your mother keep getting into it, but you really need to calm down. You need to calm that shit down. Like, I'm cussing and everything. Like, just talking to him. A little aggressive, but, you know, like, I'm not scared. Like, I don't know. I've been through too much shit. I don't get easily scared by shit like that. I'm not going to lie. The way he was acting was super scary. I probably wasn't as scared as them because I don't know how he usually act. But he was acting super scary. I definitely felt hella tension in the room. Like, something was completely not right. But it was just, like, a lot going on. Like, and it was plenty of times he kept walking back and forth with the gun. I feel like, number one, take the fucking gun from the nigga. Like, I didn't understand that. So, I don't know. I think he ended up falling asleep or he wanted to leave. He was packing his bag to leave. As a mother, she didn't have any type of control over him. None whatsoever. I had more control over him with what I said than whatever the fuck she was doing. Nobody in that house. Like, I don't know why they kept trying to talk to him. In my head, I'm like, this little nigga is 16. Why y'all don't put him up against the wall? Because I'm not gonna lie. In my head, I was thinking, if this shit turn any worse, I'm finna get up and jack this nigga up. I was thinking that shit in my head. I was just hoping it ain't have to come down to it. Because he's about the same size as me, if not smaller. Like, I didn't understand why everybody was so scared. Like, I didn't even understand. Fear is what's gonna get your ass dope. And let's understand. I wasn't scared. I just feel like I'd be damned if I let somebody little ass son talk to me any type. Like, I didn't see what was to be scared of. Even though he was tripping, and come to find out, he was off some type of pills. Like, something, like, you know how they be like, oh, you only get tough off the pill. That's what was happening. It was happening. Now, this is the amount of dysfunction that I'm experiencing while in this house. So it went from y'all being messy to your little brother tripping at night. Like, it's just extremely too much going on, which is showing me that I should not be here. And no, that's not her fault, but I'm just like, I would never stay in the house with nobody else's family. Like, what is going on? I couldn't even believe it was happening, and then all of y'all are so scared. Like, why is y'all in the house with somebody y'all scared of? Like, I didn't even understand. So they ended up taking him out. They took him somewhere. He was packing his bag to go. She ended up calling the 12 on him to meet her wherever she was going. They woke him up and took him to jail, whatever. I feel like as a mom, that wasn't really a good decision because he's never going to respect you after that. Like, he's not going to respect you, period, because you didn't even discipline him. The police did. And at the end of the day, you still have to come back and deal with your son. But, you know, that wasn't my business. We wake up the next morning. They all talking about it. I gave my little 2 cents. I told them what I said to him. Like, I didn't understand why everybody was so scared. And this is how I know Tay was being a yes man, because she even woke up and she was agreeing with him. And I understand, like, he was tweaking, but I'm like, bitch, you wasn't even up. Like, I feel like in every situation, like, she found the reason to, like, y'all see what I'm trying to say? So, mind you, this day that we woke up the next day, we supposed to go to the beach. I was under the impression we was going to go to the beach during the day so we can enjoy the beach. I love the beach. I like to be at the beach the whole day. I feel like everybody goes to the beach and they know that. If it's an outing, we're going to be there the whole day. I feel like it was a perfect outing. You were pregnant as fuck, you know. So we wake up, me and Tay, you know, we just, you know, sit around for a couple hours, and then we finally decide, like, we going to get ready. 3 o'clock roll around, like, we done been ready for a couple hours already. Like, we ain't ate, my stomach and my back, so I'm starting to get irritated. Tay so fucking hungry, she went downstairs and made some cereal. I'm kind of annoyed because from what I know, like, we supposed to be going to the beach today. And I wasn't the only one. Like, Tay thought the same shit. She just probably didn't voice that because we spoke about it. And, yeah, I'm like, damn, it's taking extremely too long for us to, like, do whatever we supposed to be doing. And I feel like that was fine, but can you at least let us know? Like, I don't really know what time we going to the beach, whatever. Mind you, when we first woke up, I had asked her about the beach, and she was like, she gonna find out and find what beach we gonna go to or what time, whatever. Mind you, she never let nobody know nothing. Like, and I'm thinking we all going. She never let nobody know nothing when I asked her. I mean, after I asked her, she never, like, followed up with it. So, boom, like, I come downstairs. At this point, I'm kind of irritated. Like, I ain't ate all day. We dry just sitting around. Like, ain't nobody let me know nothing. So, I come downstairs, and Tay was like, I'm finna ask them. But I'm like, no, shit, I'm gonna ask. So, we get downstairs, and I'm like, so, like, when we going to the beach? Her mother said I got smart with her. She felt like the Uber, da-da-da-da-da. Now, she didn't tell me that. When I said it, she said, baby, I don't know when y'all going to the beach, da-da-da-da. She felt like I was being rude. Which I don't feel like I was being rude. Like, y'all from Chicago. Like, we all was talking aggressive to each other the whole entire time. And you so grown, you shouldn't have took that shit as no harm. Like, I'm a little ass girl. Like, I don't understand why people be so intimidated. Like, if I was grown and shit, couldn't no child make me feel so, like, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. So she felt like I was being rude. I didn't feel like I was being rude. Old girl said that she felt like it wasn't even my place to have asked them. And I really wasn't asking her mother. I was asking whoever was listening. She just so happened responded. So old girl was like, she felt like I shouldn't have said nothing to her mother because that wasn't her mother's trip. I didn't think we was all going. I didn't know her mother wasn't going. But she was like, that's not her mother's trip. And I should have, her mother had already said earlier she was going to let me know. Yeah, earlier at like 8 in the morning. It's 3 o'clock. Like, you see what I'm saying? And she said her mother felt some type of way, like I was being smart to her. And I'm just like, I don't understand what she got I was being smart. Because if I was, after her response, I would have had something else to say. Like, I don't even understand, like, y'all disrespectful and my disrespectful always be different. Because if I was being smart, I feel like I just would have went by it differently. And I feel like if it did come off as smart, I was kind of irritated. But that was never my intention. So I feel like as a grown woman, like, you should have said that. And I would be like, damn, my bad. I didn't mean to come off that way. Like, I don't really know. Because it's like you telling her for her to tell me. Like, for you to... I didn't get that. Even though, true enough, that's her friend. She responsible for us. But I just feel like if you're going to keep feeling that type of way as an adult, you should have just said something. Because we all grown. So I'm looking like, damn, she thought I was rude. Like, I didn't even catch that type of drift. And then Tay was like, yeah, you shouldn't have asked her, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm sitting here like, bitch, Tay, you said you was going to ask her. Like, I'm thinking that in my head, but I didn't say nothing. And I think I never really said nothing because I just kept thinking to myself, like, is she really keep agreeing? Like, I don't know. So, mind you, like, maybe I shouldn't have said it, you know? But I just wanted to know what was going on. Like, because they the ones with the car. Like, you see what I'm saying? I don't know. But her mother had a problem with that. Cool. So, I don't know. I just immediately started feeling like everything was weird. I started feeling like everything was weird. And I'm one of those people, when I feel some type of way, I immediately start saying how I feel. So, once I got upstairs and it was just me and Tay, still confiding in her, even though she's showing me her ass is playing a role. I'm like, Tay, like, I'm telling her how I'm feeling. I'm like, I kind of don't like how, like, she talked about me with her sister and her family instead of just telling me. I feel like that was fake. Like, and once I realized how the sister was acting, I stopped speaking to her. I didn't really have nothing to say to her. And old girl came to me and was like, yeah, my sister feel like y'all not including her and y'all don't really like her. And it's just like they was under this impression, like, we not here for your sister. We don't really fucking like her. Like, if you feel like that, bitch, good. Stay the fuck down away. Like, so I was just voicing all of that to Tay, and I'm like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know if I'm tripping or, like, you know, I'm just telling her. So I end up saying something to old girl or whatever. Only reason I'm saying this to Tay is because whoever the fuck I think my friend is at this point, like, I don't even think you are who I think you are. And I'm looking at Tay because we both came from out of town. And this our both first impression about whatever the fuck is going on. So I'm trying to see if I'm tripping, like if you on the same page or what. And Tay did say she thought it was weird. So they bring the sister upstairs or whatever. She like, okay, let's just all talk about it. Which I don't even feel like that was needed. But I told her, like, I feel some type of way that you try to be, like, messy or whatever. I told her. And she was like, no, like, I wasn't saying it like that. I was just saying, like, if my sister was by herself, like, you would have just left her. And I'm like, no, I would have never left her. Like, that's my friend. Man, y'all, I got so much shit going on. I broke down crying and shit because I'm like, damn, I don't want y'all to feel like I'm not y'all friend. Like, bitch, I swear to God. It's so embarrassing. But it was just so much going on. Like, it was so much going on. Her sister was so annoying. Like, me and Tay would be having sidebar conversations. And she'd be like, yes, her sister is so irritating. Like, she would just tell me how she's annoyed by her sister. And I feel like this is something that ended up happening. So we was upstairs. Mind you, the whole time all of this happening, old girl not home. I mean, not the conversation stuff, but after the beach situation, old girl wasn't home, or during the beach situation, she wasn't home because she had went to go get her hair done or something for her baby shower. Her baby shower was the next day. And we was getting ready, putting on our beach clothes to go to the beach or whatever. Because I think she was like, once she get back, we going to leave. So I had closed the door and I had locked the door or whatever because we up there getting dressed, and your sister hella creepy. So she gets home and she trying to open the door. She like, why the fuck y'all lock the door? I swear to God on my life. And me and Tay kind of looked at each other like, what the fuck? So I go to open the door. I'm like, because we getting dressed. She like, okay, everybody come in here, da-da-da-da. So now it was a whole thing. Her sister felt like we was locking her out the door, out the fucking room. And it's like, bitch, you not a part of our friendship. Like, I don't want to, the shit was so delusional. You are not a part of the fucking friendship. Like, we not thinking about you. And we wasn't locking her out. It was just more so like we was getting dressed, and we did share the room with everybody, so people was walking in and out. And I ain't gonna lie, it is that her sister is like hella freaky. It was that too, but it was just like, we wasn't personally just like, oh yeah, we don't want her to come in here. Like, we're in here chilling, talking. Like, it was never that. So I think that's why when she got there, we ended up having that whole conversation where I talked about, like, I said how I felt about the sister and all of that shit. That's where that came about or whatever. And it was just like, all right, after that we was cool, whatever. But I just felt like it was just like this messy reality TV series that she thought she was in. Like, that's how it started feeling to me. I don't know why, because everything just got like super messy super quick. And I told her like, you wrong too, because why would you get in an Uber and tell your mother how you felt about me instead of telling me, or before you told me, when I'm your friend? Like, immediately, bitch, I'm not your friend like that, clearly. And then all the shit she kept letting her sister get away with doing, you're not my friend. Like, my sister couldn't get away with doing none of that shit, bitch. At this point, don't come around my friends right now. And it was just so annoying. I think Tay kept telling me, like, she didn't like how she kept including her sister. Like, and I didn't like that shit either. I was like, why the fuck you keep including your sister with us? Like, yeah, that's your sister, but hang with her on your time. Like, I feel like don't invite people, other people that you know like that and they don't know like that, and you know they're annoying. And then it's like your sister was like picking fights with your friends. Like, I didn't think none of that shit was cool. So anyways, we get in an Uber and we go to, we on the way to the beach. Before we get there, the sister wanted to get some lick. And I had told her, like, I would go half with her or something. Or she said she wanted to get some, but I didn't know she wanted me to pay for it. But she wanted me to go half. And I'm like, all right, well, that's cool, because we is all going to be drinking it. I don't really care. Mind you, we at this point, we done made, like, amends. So we, like, like, you know, everybody is resolved. Which I really didn't feel like it was no amends to make, because y'all bitches already just being fake. But I feel like while we was there, whatever. Definitely was giving reality TV. So, old girl texted me in a group chat about her sister. She like, don't pay for none of that. Don't pay for that. She was like, she the one want to drink. She just wants you to go half for her so she could drink. You not even finna drink for real. And I kind of didn't like that, because I feel like just relay that message to your sister, or while we in the Uber all talking about it, you should have just said, and I'm not gonna lie, I never planned on going half for her sister, because her sister kept saying it like she was gonna get it. But I feel like you should have been like, nah, you buy the liquor. Like, when you heard the conversation, instead of texting me, like, but I'm not that type of person, so I still went half on it with her, because we all gonna be drinking off the bottle. Like, I'm not that type of person. And I seen where her sister was coming from, and I seen where she was coming from too, like, basically saying, like, she trying to use you to get a bottle because she the one who want to drink. Like, but I feel like, say that to your people. Like, it was kind of weird. So anyways, we get to the beach. Chicago Beach, so nice, so pretty. You can see the city from the beach and everything. We at 31st Beach. We get to 31st Beach or whatever. It's cool. Like, we pull up. It finally felt peaceful. Out of all the days we've been there, it's been so dysfunctional. I'm not gonna lie. I was so drained from going on that fucking trip. Never again. So we get to the beach. We all order food. We hungry as shit. Nobody ate all day. When I ordered food, her sister didn't have no money to get no food. 23 didn't have no money to get no food. And her sister didn't even share her food with her. I gave her my fucking food. Like, and that's why I'm like, you bitches are so weird and annoying. Like, y'all do all of that and your priorities fucked up. You worried about being messy and at the Airbnb and a whole bunch of shit that don't got nothing to do with you, bitch. And you only got no money to pay for no food. Like, your bank account locked by whoever, but you should have had 2 bank accounts. Like, you too grown for that shit. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you bitches just so annoying. Like, you so annoying. Like, in the same mouth you used to be messy, use that shit to go get up and do what the fuck you supposed to be doing. Because there's no way while we at the beach and you have to break down some food with another person that you didn't even put money up for. And how she paid for the liquor, I don't think her account was messed up then. I don't know. Or maybe that was her last dollars. I don't know. So boom, we all eat, we cool, we chilling, and then we finally go to the main part of the beach where y'all seen the picture at. So we get to the main part of the beach, everything cool, whatever. And we all sitting at the beach, just chilling and talking. I noticed, like, her sister kept trying to get in my business. Like, we was all having, like, a friend conversation, and they basically was saying, like, I'm not acting the same. I'm being a little bit erratic. Or not erratic, but they said I was just acting a little bit out of character. Mind you, I've been through a lot of shit, and they both knew what the fuck I was going through. So maybe I was acting a little bit out of character, but I didn't feel like I was. I just felt like it was a lot of dysfunctional shit going on. I'm not used to this type of environment, and I was kind of irritated. And I'm one of them people, I don't just shut the fuck up. So I kind of think that's what it was. And they was saying that I'm being very rude. Like, my delivery was really off in the way I talk. Because, y'all, before we left to go to the beach, her cousin had came upstairs and asked because she used a flat iron. Her random cousin. She ain't been there the whole time. And matter of fact, she had been there this day. But when we made it, she hadn't been there. So she's in the house with us. We done been downstairs a couple times. She's never spoke to nobody. She didn't say, hey, y'all. She ain't said shit to us, right? Mind you, we don't know you. These are your people. Like, I don't know what's the confusion. So, mind you, none of her people got no weaves in their head. They either got braids or braids. You see what I'm saying? She had a weave. She looks so fucking stink. I ain't trying to be mean, but I'm just giving y'all a fucking description. I'm just being honest. Her ass looked a hot mess. Like, I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just going to be honest. And she came upstairs and was like, do anybody got a flat irons I could use? First of all, you grown as shit. Why don't you have a flat irons? Like, that's the type of shit. It just gave so bummy. I don't like being around people like that. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing. Like, as girls, we could all share with each other. But y'all bitches don't got nothing. Y'all keep needing to borrow shit. Like, I don't like bitches like that. Especially if I can't borrow nothing from you. Like, no. So me not even looking at that at the moment. She like, anybody got a flat iron I could use? But mind you, she looking at her cousin, which is old girl who pregnant, our friend. And the whole time you haven't addressed none of us. When I say none of us, you haven't addressed me or Tay. You ain't said hey. You ain't spoke to us. Nothing. You see your people. They don't wear no weave. You know they don't got a flat iron. So me being generous, I went on my way like, oh yeah, I got one. You can use it. And I gave it to her hand. And I said, when you done, just give it back. Because 23 had borrowed some of Tay shit. And she didn't give it back. Tay had to go ask her for it. Now, my first impression is giving, like, all your family, they giving bummy to me. So, I'm not gonna lie, that's the reason why I told her that shit. And I don't care. Like, I feel like you gotta adapt to your environment. You gotta realize where the fuck you at. If she had a problem, she should have said it was a problem. I don't know. So, I handed it to her, and I said, just give it back when you done. They said I was rude for that. I shouldn't have said give it back when you done. That's my shit, bitch. I can say whatever the fuck I want to say, how I want to say, and I'm handing you some shit. If I was being rude, bitch, I didn't have to give your bum ass nothing because you too fucking grown. Like, if you know you need to do your hair, bring your hair shit. Like, that's bummy as fuck. So they was trying to say, like, I had been being rude. Like, my delivery is kind of rude. I could have said it different. And I feel like I couldn't have said shit different because everybody in there had a certain demeanor to them where they was more aggressive. We in Chicago. Like, we not in fucking Dallas. And if you ever been to the East Coast and you've been to the South, you know it's different. Plus, I'm from the DMV. I'm already naturally aggressive sometimes, too. Like, so I already knew what fucking time it was. I also felt like she thought that her family could talk to us any type of way. And she didn't like my responses to them because I wasn't buying that shit. Like, bitch, y'all not my fucking family. Like, don't talk. My family can't talk to me like that. So, anyways, yeah. They said I was being rude for that. I didn't feel like I was being rude. I feel like I was being nice because I didn't have to let her borrow my shit. They said I was being rude. So, I told them at the beach, I was like, I don't feel like that was rude because I didn't even have to give it to her. And I was like, it wasn't rude. And guess what? When I got back to the house, my shit was sitting on the dresser, neatly put up. You got to let people know, especially when you realize, like, you don't realize how your family act. That's why you thought it was rude. But, bitch, I never been around no shit like that. I knew the type of expectations I had to have around that motherfucker. I ain't trying to be rude. So, boom, y'all. Welcome back to the next part of a continuation of I fell out with my homegirls, my current homegirls at the time in Chicago. So, yeah, we sitting on the beach, and basically they were just explaining to me how they was feeling or whatever. And one of the things that was mentioned was that old girl felt like me and Tay, well, she felt like I was leaving her out and I wasn't treating her the same as Tay. Mind you, that I did not agree on. So we had made it to the fucking beach or whatever. And we get to the sand part, because we was eating at first. We get to the sand part. And Tay like, oh, all right, I'm about to take me some pictures. I think she asked a girl to take the pictures. So I'm like, all right, well, Tay, let me get in some of your pictures so we can have some pictures together, right? Mind you, Tay mentioned that she's finna to take pictures. She's about to take pictures. She's finna take her own picture. So let me take a picture in your picture so we can have pictures. Automatically, old girl like, oh, you didn't ask me, did you want to take pictures with me? You're leaving me out. Mind you, it's so crazy because before I even told Tay that, I was thinking like, damn, she pregnant. We all three got to get pictures together. But I was going to do that. I was going to do that later. And that's what she told me when I said it. And I told her, I said, girl, like, chill out. I said, we was all three going to get pictures together. It just gave like super territorial. Like, I'm not, like, I want all the attention. Like, I don't know for real. And that's why I kept saying, like, I don't really know if it was pregnancy or, like, what it was. But it was, like, kind of irritating. And I remember even in that moment, like, Tay was like, you got to make yourself feel included. But she kind of mumbled it. And I remember once everything started being brought to the table about how everybody felt, she started agreeing even with that part of what old girl was saying. And I remember just thinking in my head, like, bitch, Tay, didn't you just say that, like, she got to include herself? And I did not feel like I was picking favorites. I feel like they both two different people, and I handled it accordingly. Like, I don't know. Even when we went out, I was paying for old girl food, but I didn't pay for none of Tay shit. And Tay didn't say, like, damn, you're not paying for my food. Like, no, like, y'all are two different friends. So I'm entertaining y'all in two different ways. Like, that's how I felt about it. And if you ask me, some of that shit came from insecurity, because I really didn't feel like I was leaving her out. So trying to see where they was coming from, I slick told old girl, I said, well, maybe I do lean more towards Tay because Tay not pregnant and I don't relate with that. And then mind y'all, like, I haven't talked to Tay in months at a time. Like, me and Tay was never speaking before the trip. This is me and Tay first time in Chicago. Me or Tay never even been to Chicago, period. So just with that, I was kind of bonding with Tay over that. And I didn't feel like that was weird or wrong. And I also seen people in the comments on my other part before this story time part saying that I shouldn't have broke down the food with old girl's sister. But that's how you know I'm a real bitch. Even with this bitch being fake to me and weird towards me, I was never even raised like that. Like, we all at the table eating and she was real loud watching us eat. I broke down my food with her because I'm like, I'm not about to let nobody sit here and watch us eat. Some shit I did not have to do, and I would never do that shit again. Definitely had no business doing it. So fast forward, the bottles come out, and, you know, everybody start getting off the liquor, except for, you know, old girl. And, you know, the vibes come out. We just start having fun. Tay has seen some dudes out there who she went to college with, because Tay's in college. So we hanging with them. We just vibing, kicking it, cooling, like, you know, having a good time. It's some other little bitches on the beach. They lit as shit. They turned like us. They off the lick, too. We racing, like, we just having a real good time. That's my cup of tea. And you know what? Now that I get into this story, I'm starting to remember so much. But why the fuck do we meet some other bitches on the beach and they're a little bit older? And we see them on the beach and old girl's sister 23 goes and starts talking to them first, and we all end up like twerking with them, talking to them, everything. Mind you, they some different type of girls. They more on the bougie, a little bit older. They probably like in the age range of 23. So why the fuck is it time to go? And instead of 23 coming back with us, this bitch goes back with them to the club and end up spending the night at their house. And I forgot all about that this shit happened. Oh my god, I'm happy I'm telling this story. The shit was, I didn't put the shit behind me. I didn't disassociate myself from so much shit in it, but I'm so happy I remember now. 23 ass left with them girls. She didn't even know them. She went to go spend the night at their house and she went clubbing with them. And we all went back to the Airbnb. Now, this my whole kill. Did you feel like your sister left you to go hang with them bitches? No. No. That was never a problem. When I tell y'all, we had just met them on the beach. She went to the club with them, and then she was trying to invite me to come with them to the club. And I was sitting there like slick, like, okay, it ain't no issue. We talked about whatever we had a problem with. But I knew I was doing a lot of shit that I should have been left them bitches with in fucking Chicago and just took my ass home. But I knew damn well then to go to the club and I was lit too. I was off that lick. And be turned up with somebody that already been fake to me in the house and go out with them. Some shit would have really happened to me. So therefore, I didn't go. And she didn't even invite Tay. She only invited me. But hell no, they didn't think that was weird. And she left to go be with strangers. And she's supposed to be coming back to Airbnb together. And we all came there together. Hell no, they didn't think that shit was weird. She left. It was no problem. We got back in our Uber. And we went back to the Airbnb. Which goes to show y'all how dumb bitches was just being weird to me. I surely forgot that happened. So we get back to the Airbnb, everything fine and dandy. Like, you know, a lot of little shit transpired getting there because it was raining real hard and real nasty. But that's neither here nor there. We make it to the Airbnb, everybody get in a shower, relax for the night. And I think Tay was doing old girl hair for her baby shower the next day or whatever. I went to sleep, bitch. I was sad. Fast forward, we wake up for the next day. Now, this following day is the actual day of old girl's baby shower. About fucking time. It's been a roller coaster. Now, mind you, once we get up for the day or whatever, old girl is not even home because she had to leave and go to her appointments. Like, it's the day of her baby shower, so she probably had makeup appointment, whatever appointment she had. I'm not even sure. So keep in mind, 23 had went out last night with the girls or whatever, and her fucking family decided that they was going to make the baby shower food the morning of the fucking baby shower. Keep that shit in mind. So, mind you, 23 had been out all night. Her ass was having a hangover. She was throwing up everywhere. And she could barely make it, like, making the food for real. Which I think is a little bit inconsiderate. Like, you know you have to get up in the morning to cook for your little sister baby shower. Like, I don't know. Come back for part 2. I don't want to drag. This is part 10, a continuation of the rest of my story time of falling out with my homegirls in Chicago. So yeah, she decided she was going to be out drinking all last night, and she know she had to cook in the morning time. Her ass having a hangover, she throwing up everywhere, y'all. Mind y'all, this is another fucking thing that blew me. Why the fuck when we had went to the grocery store and that grocery store run, they had got me some ginger ale, because sometimes my stomach would be hurting and I didn't want to be all the way far as fuck where we was, and I didn't have no fucking ginger ale in the house. So I bought me some ginger ale. Mind you, this bitch had been weird to me the whole fucking time I've been there, but me being the person I am, that's just, it's in me, not on me, and that's my fucking problem. But the bitch was throwing up everywhere. The shit was nasty as fuck. I'm gagging. Her mother and them just watching her fucking throw up, talking shit about her, talking about she should have did, you know, the regular. So I goes in the refrigerator to get my ginger ale, because I'm like, damn, I never drunk my ginger ale, and I'm finna give it to her so, like, it could settle her stomach. Why the fuck was the ginger ale bottle this fucking big, and it was, like, only this much of the ginger ale left in it? So I'm like, I look at it, I'm like, damn, dang, y'all drunk all the ginger. That wasn't even y'all shit to drink. That was some greedy ass shit. I didn't like that. I'm not gonna lie, that pissed me off. And you know, thankfully I never needed it for my stomach. But I'm like, okay, y'all could have had some. Like, it's a big bottle. But y'all dogged the ginger ale. Like, it wasn't none for me. And then whoever put that little bit in the refrigerator was wrong as shit. So I put her some in a cup and I'm like, here, drink this. And after that, she started feeling better. But that's why I'm saying, like, if I'm such a bad friend and I'm such a bad person, like, why do I continuously, like, show up for bitches that's weird to me? Because I didn't owe her that shit whatsoever. Mind you, before this shit even transpired, we woke up that morning and I came downstairs and I spoke to her mother, and her mother was, like, very dry with me. And I found that shit kind of weird, but I thought, like, maybe she was just sleepy. It was early in the morning. And I seen it looked like she had been cooking, so I'm like, all right. Anyways, after that, like, she's straight or whatever. And I go back upstairs, you know, doing whatever I was doing. I probably was packing my bag because the next day we were supposed to leave after the baby shower. So I think after doing all of that, I end up coming back downstairs. This one y'all really need to listen. And when I came back downstairs, 23 was like making the sandwiches that she was making for the baby shower. Her mother's still in there cooking, packaging up, whatever she doing. And I think like the little niece and the bigger sister was like getting dressed or something. Ooh, no, matter of fact, I told that wrong. The bigger sister and her was standing at the table together. My bad, 23, they were standing at the table together. So I come downstairs and I'm downstairs. I don't know if Tay came with me or she didn't. I can't really remember. I think she did. I feel like she did, but I don't know. So we come down to the table and we, I forgot, she said something. I think we were just talking, or we just like, you know, exchange words like while I was walking past or something, me and 23. And she look at me and she like, so is you gonna help with the food? I swear to God on my life. Mind you, like, I know in this story time, y'all probably like, damn, you let a lot of shit slide. Or like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm really not the one. So when she did all that shit, I looked at her. I said, do you need help? Just like that. For real. And her whole fucking demeanor changed. She said, no. If you wanted to help, you could. I don't think I'm going to need help, though. And when I tell y'all, I'm not exaggerating how she yanked her neck and did, like, I swear to God on my life. On my motherfucking life. She did that shit. I swear to God. Like, I'm shocked too, boo. And one thing about me, I also take a lot of stuff off the muscle because I'm not scared of nobody. I'm not intimidated by nobody. Old girl sister is a lot bigger than me. Like, you feel me? Best believe that. I didn't see her as no threat, for one, because I didn't feel like she had all her screws. So that alone made me feel like you just be doing shit. So she did that with me. I definitely felt like it was disrespectful. But I didn't even take it no type of way. Like, it wasn't nothing for me to take no type of way because when I matched your energy a little bit, you calm that shit down. So respect is respected. Like, I don't know, I felt like that. But it was rude as shit, and nobody in the room said nothing. Not even Tay. She didn't have nothing to say about that. And I feel like, bitch, if you my friend, like, I don't know, I feel like you ain't had shit to say. Like, you didn't think that shit was rude. Like, you didn't catch on to that. But in the same mouth, like, motherfuckers kept saying I was being rude, or they feel like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm a very blunt person, and that shit bothered a lot of people. So I really, honestly, like, I didn't plan on helping them with the food for real. Like, I didn't plan on it. Like, y'all got that shit. It's 3 of y'all. I'm not really here for that. But even with her getting smart with me, y'all, I still show her grace. I said, well, if you need my help, I'm finna go upstairs and start getting ready. But, I will help you or whatever. Fast forward, me and Tay go upstairs. Once me and Tay get upstairs, like, while I'm closing the door, Tay like, well, that's not my job to cook. So that don't got nothing to do with me. And we like laughing, but I'm telling her, I'm like, Tay, I don't think you should say that shit. I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't think you should say that. And this what I couldn't understand. Like, I feel like compared to however motherfuckers was saying they felt about me, Tay was getting a lot of praise for some reason. And one thing about me, I'm not fake. I don't care how I'm portrayed or how motherfuckers look at me or what they don't like. Bitch, I'm not here to be likable. I don't give a fuck. I'm not your fucking friend. Like, you feel me? I couldn't understand why motherfuckers was getting so much praise, but I'm like, this bitch is thinking, like, she doing a lot of little slick shit. She just not really saying it, or, like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Because if you ask me, that's a little wild. Like, this your friend baby shower, and you like, well, that don't got nothing to do with me. Like, when we go upstairs closing the door, like, you feel what I'm saying? Is that not crazy? I don't know. And then, I don't know, I also recall, like, us standing downstairs, and in between convos, she said that shit in the middle of the hallway. But I don't know, I don't even know for real. I know for a fact she said that shit upstairs for a fact, but I definitely remember us laughing about it, like, in the hallway, too. And I did think that shit was kind of funny, because I'm like, oh, yeah, they wild as shit. Like, not you fake got an attitude like that over something you could have just asked, like, So, to make a long story shorter, after that whole thing transpired, and keep in mind that all of that happened, about that being said, period. Keep in mind. So after all of that had transpired or whatever, I'm getting dressed, I'm getting ready, and 23 ended up calling me downstairs. She like, can you help me or whatever? Mind you, this is another thing. I think when her ass called me downstairs, I think she had like yelled that shit instead of coming upstairs and knocking on the door and asking me, or like, I think it was something like she did like that was low-key like, what the fuck is going on? So I come downstairs and she like, yeah, can you help me make the sandwiches? But mind you, while she asking me this shit, this bitch is sitting in the bed. Like, she didn't want me to help her make the sandwiches. The bitch wanted me to fucking make the sandwiches. So I'm one of the people, like I told y'all, I don't got a problem speaking up. I told her, like, I'll help you make the sandwiches, but I'm not finna make the shit for you. Like, this is not what I'm supposed to be doing. And even her mama told her that shit. She said, get up and show her how to make the fucking sandwiches. Like, so mind you, like, they like little sliders on Hawaiian bread, and we are almost like we cutting time to when we should already be on the way to the motherfucking shower. Like, we finna be late. So they had already did half of them, and like just the other half had to be done. So she showed me how to make them, and her ass making the sandwiches sandwich by piece, cheese, bread, tomato. And I'm like, we don't got time for that shit. Like, I'm not a motherfucking kid. Like, if you asking me to help you, I'm gonna do the shit. Like, let's hurry up. Like, we don't have all day. So I'm sitting there, like, asking her, like, I'm just trying to make the sandwich. When I said show me how to make it, I meant, like, what you put on there first so they all be the same. But I'm not finna make no sandwich, sandwich by sandwich, and we almost late, and the sandwich this fucking small. So what I do is I slice the whole Hawaiian roll thing in half, where it come apart and open like that. And I just start making a sandwich and putting the Hawaiian on top and then cutting them individually, which makes more sense. We're on a time crunch. So why the fuck am I helping with the sandwiches? And like, her and the bigger sister, they slick, like, keep trying to tell me how to make the shit. Like, and like I said, like, it's a lot of shit I don't really show too much, nothing too, because I don't really care. Like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't really care. Like, if I don't speak on nothing, I don't say nothing, or I don't take something to the furthest extent, that means I didn't feel disrespected. Because when I do, your ass gonna know, or I'm gonna let you know. Like, I'm definitely not a person that's not gonna say how I felt. Like, So as they show me, like, it's giving like y'all want me to make the sandwich how y'all was making them. Mind you, the older sister wasn't even helping make the sandwiches. She kept telling 23 she's not gonna help her. Like, you gotta make the sandwiches or whatever. Because I guess she went and got lit last night, and that's your fault. But that's fine. So go sit on the couch or go get ready or something. Like, So I'm sitting here thinking like, okay, well, if you want to keep managing the sandwich table, why the fuck you don't just fucking help her? Like, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm thinking in my head. So they sitting there showing me how to make the sandwich and And long story short, I kind of told them, like, I'm not making it like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want it like that, then you do that shit. I ain't say that part, but I just said, like, nah, I'm not making it like that. Like, you telling your sister you not finna help her finish the sandwiches. Y'all called me down here. She damn near want me to make the shit for her. And then you want to sit here and say you not helping, but you want to dictate everything what the fuck I'm doing. That means you just need to get at the table and help with the sandwiches. Come back for part 11. Part 11. Go watch the rest of my parts to understand where I'm coming from, what I'm talking about, and the continuation of the story. So, mind you, this is another instance where I kind of felt like I was being played with by her family again. And I wish I could almost demonstrate and break it down, because I feel like I'm not even explaining it how it really felt to me. And I could tell, like, the way that I said whatever I said, they kind of felt like I was probably being smart or something. But at the end of the day, I'm not being smart. I'm an adult. Like, if that's how you want your sandwiches made, then you know what to do. Like, come on to the table, like, And also, like, I think in this household, they not used to no structure or nobody telling them shit. And that's just not the case with me and nobody in my circle. And that's just how I am. Like, I'm a structured person. So when I got to the table, all that fucking around and all this extra little bullshit motherfuckers doing, and we on a time crunch, I came to the table like, come on, let's get this done, do this. Hey, pass me that. Where's this? Like, because if you want my help, let me show you. Like, you feel me? Like, come on, let's get it done. I'm not finna, no. So anyways, while we at the table, like, making the shit, I overhear the mom in the back room, and she said, and Mono, I don't even understand what type of friend that is to say that you're not going to help, or it's not your job to help. Mind you, I'm overhearing her say the shit in the room, which I feel like is childish. Like, you grown as hell. Like, why is you trying to address, like, say something about somebody from the next room? Like, talking loud like you want to be heard instead of just saying how you felt or asking. You feel what I'm saying? So when she said the shit, I didn't know what she was talking about or where she was coming from. But I just ignored her because I don't give a fuck. That's not my fucking mama. I don't got to see you again. And it's like, really, your daughter rude as hell. She was being disrespectful. I shouldn't even be sitting here helping her ass with shit. And to be quite frankly, if I said it wasn't my job to help, the way them bitches was acting, I did not have to help. To be honest. Like, her sister was trying to damn near order me to go, like, I could have been like, nah, but I'm not that type of person. Like, the sandwiches was never for y'all. That shit was for my friend baby shower. So it was like, to me, it didn't matter. Like, I was ignoring a lot of shit they was doing for the simple fact of that shit. So I overhear her say that shit in the back room. And I just ignored it. Like, I didn't know what she was talking about. And the shit she said, I was saying, I never said it, but it never even dawned on me or crossed my mind to ask her what she was talking about or where she was coming from. Because I don't know. Like, that's, like, you my friend, Evan. Like, it don't even fucking matter what you talking about. And I found that very disrespectful. Like, if you feel some type of way, like, and then you just so grown, like, I don't even understand. So we finished making the sandwiches and everything, and once I had, and this is another thing, ain't nobody let us know shit. I didn't even know that we had to catch no Uber to the baby shower, because I probably would have slick been left. We was like the last ones to arrive. I'm thinking we all leaving together. I didn't know, like, it was only one car, because that's another thing, y'all. It was so much going on. The Meva ended up wrecking her motherfucking car, and that's how she got down there. That's why I said it was just something in the air. Like, it was too much going on. Like, that was ridiculous. But I'm thinking her older daughter had a car, so I didn't know, like, we was gonna have to catch no Uber, which it wasn't no problem, but it was just like, damn. And you could kind of tell, like, they kind of, like, snuck off and hurry up and did whatever they was trying to do. I wouldn't say snuck off, but I did kind of get the vibe, like, they kind of knew we didn't know, and, I don't know. But she did tell me, like, no, we don't have no space. That's kind of why. And it was a lot of them. Like, they did not have no space for us. But I did feel like, damn, nobody act like made sure we knew that, or like, you feel what I'm saying? I don't know for real. And another thing, like, why the fuck was they trying to get the 23 to ride with me and Tay? And I couldn't understand that. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not trying to ride with her. Like, straight up, I'm not. Because at this point, it's like, you really, like, that's just, you keep showing that you just, I don't know what's wrong. So 23 ended up telling her, like, no, I just want to ride with y'all, and good. Even Tay was like, good, like, you know. So anyway, at this point, we at the house by ourselves. We still doing our hair. That shit felt like a relief that, like, it was finally like some chill time with not too many bodies and energies around. So it's just me and Tay in the house. We finished getting ready. My outfit was hella cute, and I was just telling Tay, I was like, you know, I don't understand where y'all coming from, where y'all saying that I'm rude or I'm being too blunt. But I was explaining to her, at the end of the day, like, I'm out here by myself. Like, I'm on my own. Like, y'all might not really understand that. And I was telling her, like, at the end of the day, I'm my own advocate for myself. Ain't nobody gonna speak up for me. So when I don't like something the first time, or however I feel, that's how I direct myself. Because at the end of the day, if something happened or happened to me or happened around me, nobody's gonna come and advocate the situation for me. And I was just kind of explaining that to her. And a lot of shit I was saying really did make a lot of sense. Mind you, she's sitting there agreeing with everything, like, yeah, I understand. Even the whole shit with the mom, because I can't remember if that was before or after. Or it was before, when Amanda said she felt like I was being rude for asking about the beach. And I was telling her, like, I don't know. I don't feel like I was being rude. Like, even you was finna go ask her about the beach. And this bitch is sitting here agreeing with every motherfucking thing that I'm saying. Like, she just listening. She like, yeah, like, I understand. I see. I swear to God. Not once did she tell me, like, no, mano, da-da-da-da-da. She just fucking agreeing. Like, she see, like, I'm feeling like, okay, we having a hard time. We on the same page. I don't know, bitch. I don't know why the fuck I didn't accept, like, Tay is on whoever same motherfucking page at the time. For real. So from there, y'all, we finally leave and we go catch our lift. I think me and Tay went half on the lift. And we had end up going to the baby shower. We make it to the baby shower. We the last people to, like, walk in. They just now getting started though, for real though. But everybody was there. We get to the baby shower, like, it's real cool. But we ain't really know nobody, so me and Tay just kind of, like, stuck to talking to each other. And, you know, of course, like, old girl is being greeted by the rest of her family and stuff, because it's her fucking event. So she not, like, really with us. Like, she doing her thing, like, as she should. So, boom, like, it's time to eat. We get our food. We eat, and I even participated in baby shower games. You know, watched her open her gifts, whatever. Like, you know. So, mind y'all, like, while we there or whatever, this is a real big keys part in the motherfucking story. While we are there or whatever, old girl baby daddy is there, of course, and he brung his homies. When he brung his homies, like, he wanted to put his homies down with me and Tay. And I was just chilling, like, from the looks of his homie, like, his homie looked very corny to me. He just gave corny vibes. He gave hella sassy. The baby daddies are already fucking sassy, as y'all finna be able to tell. So, you know, you got certain dudes that you take serious. Everybody know you act different with different niggas. Definitely ain't nobody I was seeing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, he want to talk to me. Oh, all right. Like, because of the vibes. So they made their moves. Old boy talked to Tay. Like, he was speaking to Tay or whatever. They were just, you know, casual talking, whatever. Nothing too much. And my ass, I gave dude ass a little bit of a harder time because, I don't know, I could just tell he was corny. Like, and I feel like you are who you hang with, like, especially niggas, y'all know. So this what fucking blew me at the baby shower. Like, mind you, the homies did not just come up to us. The baby daddy was putting us on with them. Old girl baby daddy, my friend, my pregnant friend baby daddy. Like, he made it his fucking business. He made it his business to introduce himself to us. Like, he made it his business to talk to us and be in our motherfucking face. Me, I found it doing a lot, but you know what? I'm like, you know what? It ain't, you know, I'm just gonna be cordial. Mind you, before the baby shower, I told old girl, I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing to him. Because I kept telling her I would. Then I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna say nothing to him. Like, it's what, I'm not gonna say nothing. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot I even said that bullshit. I definitely did tell her that. So, mind you, as the baby shower going on and they opening they putting the gifts in the car or whatever, after opening them, whole time, like, dude didn't really even show, like, no interest in, like, the baby shower. Like, it's giving, like, you think we had a kicking spot for you to put us on with your homies. And then when it was time to take the gifts out, like, he didn't help grab shit. I don't even think his homies grabbed shit. The whole time, like, her daddy and her church people, they the ones helping with the baby shower shit. Mind you, dude didn't even come in a sedan. This nigga came in a big ass Tahoe. He could have transported all the gifts in his car to the house. Anyways, I'm peeping little shit that he just kind of doing that's kind of throwing me off. And I'm low-key, like, telling Tay or whatever. And Tay agreeing. Her ass is agreeing. I don't think she agreed enough to where she was going to make her business. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, but she was agreeing. And mind you, like, I tried to be a little nice. Like, he wanted me to take his pictures. I took his little pictures for him. I kept it kind of cool. But I don't know, like, the baby shower came to an end, y'all. And it's time for us, like, we all standing outside getting ready to go. Everybody saying their goodbyes to, my homegirl at the time who was pregnant. Mind y'all, this shit blew the fuck out of me. We had been catching Ubers and all of that. Like, the whole time in Chicago, we've been catching Ubers. She do not fucking drive. Come back for the next part, matter of fact. Come back for the next part. Part 12. If you don't know what's going on, you better go watch down my timeline for the rest of the story time. Anyways, like I said, we had been catching Ubers the whole time. He know that she do not drive. Dude ass come at me and Tay facing like, oh, what y'all finna do after this? Like, do y'all want to come hang with me? Da-da-da-da. Mind you, this is her motherfucking baby daddy. I feel like if that's your baby daddy, like, he should have came and ran that shit past you or said something to you. Like, at the end of the day, we with you and we your friends. Like, I feel like he almost was like not even acknowledging her at her shit. And true enough, like, it's not my place to probably feel no type of way, but really, like, what friend wouldn't have felt no type of way? Now, if I would have been all cool and friendly and in the motherfucking face, like, then what? But yeah, like, he know he don't drive. We had all been catching Ubers, and, like, he was trying to invite us to go, like, all hang with his homies and shit. Like, if anything, his ass was mingling way more than his fucking homies. And I just kind of ain't like that shit. Like, we was gonna have to catch Ubers back or either ride with a family member or something like that. And you ain't even offer her no fucking ride to see what she finna do or how she finna get home. And she carrying your baby. And I just felt like, how was you inviting us to come out with her and we her friends? And you ain't even ran it across her. And we with her. Now, it's one thing for his homies to want to kick it with us or be cool with us or talking to us in our face. Like, that don't got nothing to do with them. Like, you feel me? But you doing it, I don't know. It kind of annoyed me. Mind y'all, like, she had started crying at her baby shower. That shit kind of ticked me off as a friend. I don't know. It kind of ticked me off like, damn. And in the midst of that, the mother had said something to him at the baby shower. Which, for the record, it was no problem with that. Like, that was fine. Like, it wasn't no issues with none of that. So, I don't know. Once I started seeing her crying, the shit kind of pissed me off. Like, it kind of, like, ticked me off a little bit. And I had already been paying attention to, like, how he was acting. From what I seen, to me, it gave, why the fuck was you even there? Like, I don't know. So, we all standing, me and Tay standing, and his two homies are standing around me and Tay. And he was over there, but he walked off to do something. I don't know what he walked off to do. But I remember I was like, oh, yeah, do y'all know that y'all homie is a deadbeat? And the homeboy said, what? Huh? He not no deadbeat. Just sucking him. Mind you, I said that shit out of frustration and kind of irritation. And I feel like, let the nigga had not been in my face all night and worried about me and Tate all night, I probably wouldn't have said nothing or even been thinking about his ass. But I did say it. It wasn't really my place to say it, but shit, I said it. Who the fuck is he? So when I said it, dude, the baby daddy come back over there, and dude that I said it around, he like, yeah, she said you a deadbeat, fo. He like, what? I ain't no deadbeat. Oh my granny, I got receipts right now. Me sending cash up. I said you didn't even help her pay for this shit. He like, I did. I just sent her some money. I put $1,500 down. He was like, I'm not broke. Mind you, I never even said he broke or whatever. I do agree. Like, that wasn't really my place to say nothing to him. But, like, nigga, I feel like you need to know about yourself. Because it seemed like you on such this high horse and you ain't did shit. Like, your baby mother need a ride right now and you all in her friend's face. Like, and then I can't understand, like, we not your friends. Like, you sitting here mingling with us. And this your baby mother. Like, I don't know. I didn't find it right. I didn't like it. I don't know. So, fast forward, like, it's time to go or whatever. And that was just that. We make it to, like, the house or whatever to drop all the gifts off and stuff like that. We had rode with like old girl godmother and stuff like that, real cool. And she had some other homegirls there. And it's another thing, like they kept saying like they didn't like how I was acting and certain shit I was doing. But I'm not gonna lie, this whole interaction gave me like clarity that I didn't feel like I was tripping, because me and her other friends clicked really well, especially me and her best friend. Like we clicked really well. And they really grew a liking to me. So I'm just like, I don't know, like all this shit they kept saying, I didn't feel like I was like doing too much. So we make it to the house or whatever, dropping off the gifts. All the gifts get inside the house. And you know, we sitting down. She like, damn, I'm so happy and thankful for my baby shower. I'm happy everybody bought something. She gonna have a lot of stuff. And we just like, yeah, like I'm happy everything went good too. And we just talking. And while we sitting there talking, I told her, I said, I'm not gonna lie, like I did say something to him. Mind you, if I'm a weird ass bitch, I wouldn't even told you that I said the shit. You know I said it because I told you I said it. So immediately she like, you was the one who said that, Mono. Why would you say that? She said, why would you say that? He had told me somebody said something, but I didn't think it was you. She was like, what would you say that for? We've been arguing the whole time because you said that. And he kept saying like he not broke. And she had told me that somebody said that they call him broke. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't call him broke. I said his ass was a deadbeat. Now, mind you, once that transpired, Tay comes on the side of me. And Tay like, I'm not gonna lie, Mono, like you really shouldn't have said that. That wasn't really your place to say that. And I think you should apologize to old girl for real, because you know, like I understand what you're saying, but that's her baby daddy, and you don't know how like that would have affected both of their relationship, like her having to get into it with him because you said that. Like I don't think that was your place. And she was like, I think you didn't have no harm in saying that, but you just shouldn't have said that. So I'm not gonna lie, I started thinking about it. I'm like, dang, like when I said the shit, I didn't think about how it was gonna make her feel. You know, so I did apologize to her as a friend, because if you took something I did the wrong way, like, you know, my bad, I didn't intend for it to go that way. So I apologized to her. I'm like, you know, I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't mean to make you feel some type of way. Like, that wasn't my intention. Like, you know, I'm sorry for making you feel some type of way. Mind you, after that shit, like, I'm in the other front part, like, talking to the best friend. We clicking, we just talking, like, just chopping it up. I don't know what we was talking about. We was just talking. Some long-ass conversation. Why the fuck do I step off to go find Tay and old girl, and they on the back porch talking about me? I swear to God on my life. And this is why I say it was just extremely too much going on, because I thought that shit was fake immediately. I feel like if you felt some type of way, like, I don't know. Like, I'm literally walking up the porch to them talking about, like, having a back and forth conversation about me. I felt like that was crazy. And honestly, I just didn't have nothing to say. I just peeped it. I was like, Because, of course, like, they wanted me to feel wrong. Like, I did something wrong. I shouldn't have did that. Whatever. Mind you, her mama did say some shit to the man. But, you know, when Mono did it, you shouldn't have did that. So, fast forward, like, we end up going to the lick store. Got a batu. And before because we was going to all just go hang out and celebrate after her baby shower. Before we get in the car or whatever, she's reading off her mother text messages. Now, I also don't agree with this shit. I feel like whatever your mother telling you and whatever's transpiring between you and your mother, I feel as though that, like, you shouldn't be having a conversation with your mother and then coming back and telling me exactly what your mother's telling you. Because it's kind of messy and it makes confrontation. So we finna get in the car. We on our way getting in the car. She like, yeah, who said it wasn't a job to help with the food or whatever? She like, my mom said she said, I'm not gonna lie. This is what she said, quote, I quote. She said, my mom said, I'm not gonna lie, they rude. And immediately like, who rude? I'm not rude. I didn't do nothing rude. To save face. Because I don't even understand why you put emphasis on like you not rude and you not, like, I don't know. I didn't like that shit. So we get in the car and she like, yeah, who said they not helping cook or whatever? And she said her mom was saying that I said the shit. Mind you, I'm telling her, I'm like, I never said that. I was like, I never said that. And I think she had been said that her mom thought that I was rude when we was in the room one day. Oh, no. Oh, I'm telling the story too fast. I'm just going to go ahead and tell y'all. The next day when we had woke up, she kept saying how her mother had a problem, this, that, and the third. And I ended up having to tell her, like, I really don't give a fuck how your mom feel. Like, don't nobody owe her shit. Like, I didn't say nothing wrong to her. Like, I don't know what she talking about when she saying she think we rude. If anything, your sister rude, because she rolled her neck at me and everything. And I tell her that shit. She didn't have nothing to say about her sister doing that shit, because she was not there when it happened. But yeah, anyway, we get in the car. I'm just telling her, like, I don't know. Like, I ain't say that. I don't know where she coming from. Whatever. Mind you, I just feel like that shouldn't have went like that. I feel like whatever you and your mother was discussing, you shouldn't have read her text messages to us like that, and we gotta go back and be around your mom. I don't know though. I don't know. So we go and we hang out for the night. We go sit by the water. It was real cool. Everybody was just vibing. Mind you, when we went out though, I could not understand. I think this is why like I took a lot of shit about her baby daddy a certain way. Because whenever me and old girl would talk on the phone, like, she would kind of tell me how she cool off him and, you know, kind of play this certain type of role. And I quickly realized in real life, how you try to kick it to me on the phone is not really how you are. Because I couldn't understand, like, if you don't really care for your baby daddy or care about whatever, I didn't see why it was such a problem with whatever I said to him. Whether it was my place or not, fuck that nigga. Like, he dogged you out your whole pregnancy. It really don't matter. Like, I didn't feel like it was all that. And your mama did the same shit. Secondly, I couldn't understand why we all going to hang out with him and his friends and we didn't just go with you and your friends. Like, you know, come back for the next part. Part 13. This is a long ass story. We might just reach 20 parts. But yeah, I didn't understand why we was all going to hang out with her baby daddy. Like, I feel like we should have all just did something with her and her friends. So I immediately started to realize, like, however you portray how you feel about your baby father on the phone with me and shit, that's not really how you feel about him. Like, and I also ended up telling her, well, I'm gonna just let the story go. I just felt like that's why I even felt how I felt about the baby father, because from what you say, like, you so straight and this and the third, and then I'm looking at it like, why are we all going to hang with your baby daddy? Like, and his friends and shit, like, I don't know. Anyways, we get to the water. It's cool. It's a cool vibe. Like, we just chilling or whatever. Fast forward from there, like, it was cool. It was just time to go home. We all made it home safe. It was cool. We make it to the house, and the next day, we had woke up to go to this little taco spot. We go to the taco spot, and the food was nasty as fuck. Let's just be clear on that right there. I was so mad about that. But we had woke up and we went to the taco spot the next day. We get to the taco spot. We at the table. We eating. Like, everything just calm, but at the same time, like, I don't know. Thinking back, I could feel like an elephant in the room, but everything was like just pretty calm for the most part. I did kind of feel, I don't know. Thinking back, I felt like it was probably some fakeness going on. I don't even know for real. But I remember, like, we sitting at the table, whatever, you know, we talking, just real casual, you know, just being what friends do, or not friends, but what girls do for real. So why the fuck, I left out a part. I'm so sorry. I gotta backtrack. Before we was even falling asleep, y'all, we sitting in the motherfucking bed. And girl keep talking about something, Mono, like, you know, ever since you said that to such and such, my baby daddy, we've been arguing since like 4 in the morning because you said that. And I'm just looking at her like, bitch, what the fuck do you want me to do? Like, and I'm coming from a space where I just kind of felt like she only cared because he was upset with her. And I'm like, do you not realize he just don't respect you in general? Like, you know? And I was just like, kind of ask, like, why do you even care? And she was just like, well, I just want us to have healthy co-parenting, and we working on that, and we was doing just fine before that. Mind you, I don't know if y'all picking up the drift that I'm putting out, but like, at the baby shower, it just didn't even give. Like, he's not a good person. And I almost felt like him being there was kind of embarrassing, like the way he was acting. I remember her saying that. She was like, that was so embarrassing. And I just thinking in my head, like, at the end of the day, if he care about being a parent just as much as you, none of that shit fucking matter. He gotta want to co-parent as much as you do. Like, you is not problem solver, Mrs. Fix a nigga. And that's what it was giving. Like, you only tolerate all the shit he be doing because in a way you think you being there for him, or like some delusional ass shit. Like, I don't know, as a friend, I just really seen all the bullshit and it kind of irritated me. So anyway, fast forward back to the fucking restaurant. We sitting at the table, y'all. And she starts bringing up how her and the baby daddy was going back and forth, and how she still feels some type of way, and how she can't believe that I said that at the baby shower. And it's like becoming this rant. This is your second, really third time, like, ranting and bringing the shit up after I already apologized. So mind you, this is when I told her straight up. I said, you know what, like I told you, like, I apologize if I made you feel any type of way as a friend, but honestly, I really don't give a fuck how your baby daddy feel. Like, I really don't care if I hurt his feelings, I made him feel any type of way, or whatever you keep trying to express to me. And it's like, I don't know, like, bitch, that's your fucking baby daddy. And it's like, he done all this little bullshit to you. Like, I don't understand why you keep trying to make it like we gotta show him some type of respect, or that was crazy to say. And I'm sitting here trying to tell this girl, like, I'm thinking, or either I told her, or I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, if this nigga respects you so much, regardless of what I said, because you don't have no control over what the fuck I said, why would he want to be arguing with you, carrying his child till 4 in the morning? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he don't have no respect or no regards for you. It doesn't matter what I said. And like I told y'all, I don't feel like it was my place. But don't make it seem like you and your baby daddy are solely arguing off the strength of some shit that I fucking said. Who the fuck am I? And it's like, if the shit wasn't true, why do it even matter? And it's like, I think she really thought in her mind like they was getting into it because of me. I said, boo, like, he been was gonna be into it with you. Like, that's how he feel about you. Like, he don't respect your ass. Like, it doesn't matter. A real man not even finna argue with you, period. Like, it doesn't matter. If you ask me reading between the lines, I almost feel like he purposely wanted a reason to be into it with her, so he didn't really have to speak or fuck with her while we was out. Because he didn't really speak or fuck with her. When we went out for the outing after the baby shower, he didn't really speak or fuck with her. And I found that weird, and it kind of just threw off the vibe. It's almost like you keeping him around in hopes that maybe he might be nice to you or show some type of initiative, because you do still got feelings for him as your baby daddy or as your boyfriend. And that's okay. Like, that's your first baby daddy. Like, that was your boyfriend at one point in time. Like, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But she kept trying to make it seem like she's so cool off of him. And I'm like, what you saying and the shit you doing and displaying behind something I said is just not matching. And they just felt like I was wrong for that. They was like, well, you know, that's not your place. It don't matter how you feel about their relationship. And I'm like, it really don't fucking matter how I feel about their relationship. It really doesn't. It's just more so like, don't try to make it like y'all getting into it because of me. And then my whole thing was like, baby, I already apologized. Like, what else do you want me to do? Get on the floor? Like, I don't know. Like, I kind of told her in so many words, like, I really don't want to keep hearing you talk about that shit. And after that, that was the last time we talked about it. Because please shut up. And I don't know if that was me or insensitive or whatever. I could have been wrong as hell. I really don't care. I just didn't understand why we got to have so much respect for somebody that don't respect you. And I feel like as a friend, that wasn't wrong. Like, I don't feel like that was wrong. Like, that's girl power. If anything, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. If I'm wrong as hell, I don't care. So after that whole little exchange at the table, I just stopped talking. I didn't have nothing else to say, because I ended up telling her, I said, honestly, I just feel like you know, I feel like he's a manipulator. Now that I see y'all together, like, I don't even feel like he really like you. I told her that shit straight up, like, because that's the type of friendship we had. We would be super honest with each other. And it's like, I don't know if everything on the phone was like a facade, but when we got in real life, it was not giving like strong woman empowerment, being honest with your friend. Like, all that shit went out the window. And maybe it was cool when it was over the phone, because I didn't really know what she go for or what she do in real life, so it didn't matter. Like, you know, I don't know. And I'm not trying to, you know, talk shit or nothing, but it was different. Because once I gave that opinion, she immediately got very offended. And I never seen her act like that. So that's when I just kind of shut down and I just got quiet. I didn't say nothing else, because now I'm like, it's no way that I'm tripping for telling you that shit. Like, mind you, this is my first impression of her and him. I never met him in real life, but I know everything about him because we talk about everything over the phone. Like, she always vent to me about whatever the fuck was going on. So really, me as a friend, I'm just saying like, damn, bitch, I kind of like see stuff a little bit different. That's what I was kind of expressing to her. But maybe was it a time to say that? I don't know. And like they kept saying, I'm just too blunt. I probably say stuff and don't even think. But it's just like, I don't know, man. I just feel like it was something she didn't want to hear. That's what it was. And I know, like, certain shit you're not supposed to tell people, but we always talk like that. So I didn't know where that was coming from. And of course, he go tear in her ear like, yeah, I don't think you should say that. Like, so anyways, fast forward, like, we hang out this whole day, and I think we end up going back to the house after this. And it keeps being a topic of discussion about who said it's not their job to help cook or whatever. And I don't know why. I think I remember we even went to Chipotle this day too. I don't know why we ate twice like that. I can't remember if we went back home and then went to Chipotle, or we just went to Chipotle. We had to just go to Chipotle, because I'm going to tell you how this went. So we go to the fucking Chipotle. At this point, I'm kind of just irritated, because I'm starting to realize, like, these bitches is really not your fucking friend. Like, and it's like, I didn't know if I was being manipulated. I'm not gonna lie, I felt like I was being so manipulated for real, because everything I fucking did was a problem. Like, everything I did was a problem. But yeah, I did feel like super, like, manipulated. Like, everything I did was an issue. So we end up going to Chipotle. We get to Chipotle or whatever. This is like a couple hours later, but we end up going. So we go to Chipotle or whatever, and we at the Chipotle. At this point, I'm super irritated. Like, this point, I don't even feel like I'm with my fucking friends. I get in line first. I order my shit, and we get through the line or whatever. Now, her and Tay said they had to go to the bathroom. So we come out the line, and, like, I'm standing there with the food. Like, I haven't sat down or nothing because I'm waiting for them. I got everybody food. I'm putting utensils in the bag, all that type of shit. So they said they had to go to the bathroom. Mind you, I done made my drink. I'm just standing here. And, like, they in the bathroom taking all fucking day. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm irritated at this point. Like, I'm kind of ready just to go home. Why the fuck are you taking all day in the bathroom and y'all know I'm standing right here with the food? So I go into the bathroom. I'm like, can y'all come on? And I'm not gonna lie, that's the only time I can't say I was fucking rude. I was being rude. And mind you, these bitches are just standing in the bathroom talking to each other. I swear to God on my life. Come back for the next part. Okay, y'all. Part 14. So, yeah, I come into the Chipotle bathroom, and they just standing there talking to each other. And I'm just looking like, y'all really got me standing here watching the food. Nobody is using the bathroom. They both looking in the mirror, standing there talking to each other. Which I found that shit fake as hell because, like, y'all got me standing right here watching the food. Y'all taking y'all time in the bathroom, and y'all in there having conversations. Like, that was crazy to me. So at this point, I'm really irritated. And if you ask me the whole time, I just feel like Tay was being, like, super two-faced, in my opinion. And I really start to pick that shit up. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what Tay say. I don't care what nobody say. And at the end of the day, I kept showing her so much grace because I don't even think I thought that in her character. I'm not gonna lie. If anything, I kind of felt like me and old girl was gonna grow apart and not really be friends, but I never felt like Tay would do me like that. And I felt like I had so much shit going on that I kept dismissing it. Like, I don't know. I knew for a fact, like, I ain't gonna say I knew for a fact, but I just kind of felt like all the stuff Tay was doing, I didn't feel like that's something she would have did. So anyways, they both look at each other and kind of laugh, and they come out the bathroom, and we all grab the food, and then we go outside to eat our food. Now we sit at the table. It's hella awkward. At this point, I just stopped talking to old girl. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I didn't really have nothing to say to her. Like, I shut down from talking to her because, I don't know, specifically, she kind of really just started to blow me. So we are sitting at the table, and I think I, like, showed Tay a TikTok. I'm still talking to Tay. I don't even know why the fuck I'm still talking to Tay, but I'm still talking to Tay. And even that whole interference was kind of awkward because I almost felt like Tay was being fake. And not like, oh, she was being fake by mingling, but it's like you just playing mutual. Like, that's how I felt. It gave playing a role, and I'm going to tell y'all why. Just keep listening. So after we eat or whatever, we go on a walk. And when we go on and mind you, another thing, at the table, this is another fucking thing. At the table, y'all, I stopped talking. I just started being quiet. Like, I didn't have nothing to say. Her and Tay just start mingling. Like, ooh, good. It's finally our time, like, to spend time with each other and just enjoy each other. And I peeped that shit. Like, I didn't want them to be like, oh, you good, you okay, or nothing. Like, I wasn't doing that shit to be attention seeking or nothing like that. But it was just like, damn. Like, y'all really so happy to just only be talking to each other. Like, it was in the air. And I was just really thinking to myself, like, it's no way you're tweaking. Like, you're not tweaking. So we go on a walk or whatever. And we taking a walk. I'm not saying nothing the whole time, just being quiet. Every now and then say, like, you good? Like, bitch, you know I'm not good. But I'm just like, yeah. And I'm just being quiet. I'm just minding my business. I'm just taking some time to myself. Like, I don't have nothing to say. I'm just really ready to go home, go to sleep, and wake up the next day and catch my flight. Ooh, did I tell the story wrong? I don't know if we supposed to leave this day or we supposed to leave the next day. I don't know, but just keep listening. So we go on a walk or whatever, and her mom was out. While her mom was out, she had asked her mom, like, could her mom come pick us up or whatever. So her mother had came and got us from the Chipotle. When she came and got us from the Chipotle, I don't know, did I speak when I got in the car? I don't know, I didn't have shit to say to nobody, because I was kind of irritated by her mom, because her mom kept stressing the fact that she felt some type of way towards me. And I honestly just started to feel like they was intimidated by me. And I don't know, like, I don't have no reason to feel like that. Like, I swear to God, I am not no super superior motherfucker or entitled or, like, I'm not ignorant. But in the back of my mind, I start feeling like these people gotta be intimidated by me, because why is it that your sister picking with me? Your mom keep, like, trying to pick something with me, and then y'all, like, it felt like everybody had an issue. So we get in the car, I don't have nothing to say. I'm just minding my business. It's time to, like, come in the house, and the two sisters, her biggest sister, her oldest sister, and 23 was sitting on the stoop because we came through the back. And we walking up, they was in the way, but I didn't say excuse me or nothing. I just kept walking. Tay like, oh, excuse me, like, you know, and I just felt like she was playing the role. Not saying she wasn't supposed to say excuse me, but like, I don't know. So we come in the house or whatever, everybody home. I just go upstairs. Like, I don't got nothing to say to nobody. I just go upstairs, like, I'm ready for the next day. I'm ready to leave. And Tay staying downstairs. Like, she downstairs talking and mingling with the family and just, like, kicking it, being cool, laughing at shit they say. Like, I don't know. I felt like the whole time Tay was trying to keep an image, because this is my whole thing. Like, bitch, I don't give a fuck. If you supposed to be my friend and in so many words, they keep making it clear that they don't really like me, I don't give a fuck if they don't got a problem with you or not. Like, why you keep trying to overly kick it with them? That did kind of throw me off, but I just didn't say nothing, because at this point, it was so much stuff that happened. It didn't even make a difference. And that's how I felt like, even when stuff was getting mentioned, how the mother said, oh, they rude. Like, she wanted to hurry up and clear her room, her name. Like, oh, I'm not rude. I'm not rude, though. And I just kind of felt irritated by that. I'm not saying that she was supposed to not like the family, but I'm like, you sitting here super kicking it with people that's making it very clear they didn't fuck with me. And I feel like some of the shit they was doing was weird, just like how the sister rolled her neck. Like, can't nobody tell me that shit wasn't weird. You still want to kick it with the sister and be cool with the sister, and I just felt like, you either act like them, or you think that's cool, or you didn't see no problem, or you just want to be middleman, and you feel like, oh, well, she didn't do it to me, so it don't have nothing to do with me. Like, you know, and if you supposed to be my friend and we out of town together, like, I ain't saying you gotta not like her or nothing, but I just feel like, why do you want to kick it with them? Like, I feel like they always being weird. Like, I don't fake do shit. So I took my ass upstairs, and I didn't speak to nobody. I didn't say nothing to nobody in the house. I didn't care. So I'm upstairs minding my business. I'm really irritated at this point. Like, I'm trying to, like, disassociate myself from being in the house, because I'm ready to go. And I knew it was going to be a bad idea staying in the fucking house with her and her family. I just kind of knew it. And that's why once I knew that, a day before it was time for me to come, like, I kept thinking to myself, like, damn, if I knew that shit, I just wouldn't never came. But I'm like, dang, it's already time for you to go. Like, you got to go now. So anyways, fast forward. I'm upstairs. And mind you, like I told y'all, her mom kept dragging out the fact that somebody said that they wasn't going to help her cook. Mind you, the whole time, I am not the person who said that shit. Keep that in mind. Tay is the one who said the shit. So her and her family downstairs, I guess they talking about me again. Like, that's why I'm saying the shit is so fake. And I'm upstairs, and old girl called me downstairs. Mind you, she knew exactly what she was doing. When she called me downstairs, she didn't come to the steps like, Mono, can you come downstairs real quick? Or she didn't call me on the phone like, Mono, come downstairs real quick so we can all talk about something. She called me like, Mono! I swear to God on my life. I swear to God. And when she did it, I immediately already knew what was up, because I just felt the vibes in the house. So I go downstairs real quick. I shouldn't have went downstairs. And I started not to, but I just felt like that was going to bring more drama. So I went downstairs, and I'm like, yeah, her bigger sister, her other sister, and the mom, they like in a huddle, like standing, like some shit in a fucking reality TV, bro. And she like, they was already talking about it before I got down there. So the mom like, yeah, we was right here, and she was like, that's not her job to help cook. And I just couldn't understand why the shit kept being dragged out. Like, I had already said I didn't say it. I'm not going to apologize to you for some shit I did not say. I don't owe you an apology. I don't feel the need to apologize. I'm not going to apologize. I already said I did not never say it. Whole time I knew Tay was the one who said it, but I felt like that's for Tay to tell y'all. That don't have nothing to do with me. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I never said it on my life. Like, I never said that. Like, I don't have nothing to say. Like, I never said, I don't have no reason to lie to you. Like, I'm not scared of none of y'all. I'm not intimidated by none of y'all. I don't care. Like, I never said it. So the mother's so fucking childish. She walked out the door like, well, I'm growner than you. I'm 10 years older than you. Like, I don't have no reason to say that. And she walked out the house while like talking shit. So at this point, I'm so irritated, and I felt so fucking played with, and they definitely played with me. They played with me. I was so fucking annoyed. Like, the shit really blew me. And being that I don't have the best, like, past with my own family, and my own family kind of playing with me like that, it kind of really irritated me that old girl put me in that situation and would even call me downstairs like that. Especially, you know, your family. Like, I feel like you should have said something separate, or you should have just let that be whatever it was going to be. Like, it didn't matter. We was leaving the next morning. Like, I'm not even your fucking mama friend. So it don't even matter. Like, you know. So once they leave or whatever, at this point, I'm hella heated. Like, I'm getting mad. So, like, I'm starting to, like, get, like, a little, you know, hot. Like, I'm getting mad now. So they leave, they not here, and old girl just sitting there like, damn, what the fuck just happened? Looking fucking stupid and dumb as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. Because that was wrong. Like, that's not how you should have handled calling me downstairs. Like, that's not how that go. And then it's like they almost tried to, like, check me about it. And I stood my ground up. Like, I told her, like, I don't got no reason to lie to you. Because y'all not nobody to me. Like, what the fuck is y'all gonna do to me? And I said straight up, like, if I said it, I would have said that I said it. I don't got a problem saying that I said it. Because it don't matter. Like, you know? So we sitting there talking, and I'm telling her, I'm like, I never said that shit. I said, if you want to be honest, I never even said that. I said, Tay the one that said that. So once I said that, mind you, the whole time all this is happening, Tay down there, she just sitting down. She never says nothing. She never said, like, oh, you know, my bad. I did say that. I didn't mean it like that, but I am the one who said that. Trying to play a role. Like, trying to play a role. I swear to God, this shit put the icing on the motherfucking cake. Come back for the next part. So, out of guilt, she like, yeah, she like, no, she like, I did say that because I don't know how to cook. And she started doing like this nervous laugh. She was like, I mean, I don't know how to cook. Like, I don't know. And it was just fake as hell. Like, bitch, you see they keep saying that I'm the one who said it. And they keep blaming me. And it keeps being on top of the discussion. And not once have you said or admitted to you saying it. Or even vouched for me that I did not say it. Not once. And you watching them gonna say this to me. And you just sitting there in the corner. Like, great life, like, you know. So once I say that, old girl eyes get big, like, oh. And it's almost like we ignored the fact that I just said she said it, and she damn near admitted to saying the shit, you know. That wasn't an issue. She didn't say, well, Tay, why would you say that? Or she didn't even acknowledge the fact of Tay the one. Like, it was almost like, damn, you ain't, like, you know, we all knew you said, like, you know what I'm saying. It was almost like, dang, now we gotta know you ain't say. I didn't get no apology, nothing. So this would make it even worse. Like, her brother, not the one that was off the pill, but her other brother is here in the house. He went to the baby shower. He was so fucking funny, y'all. And he's sitting there, and at this point, like, you could tell by my face and my demeanor, like, I'm getting so irritated. Like, you could tell I never said it. So even he kind of looking, you could tell he kind of sympathized with me. And he like, I'm not gonna lie, like, I was here and I never heard you say it. I swear to God on my life. And I am not his friend. I only probably spoke to him like once the whole time he was there. And he the one who put the blick in my face. His ass sitting there and said, I'm not gonna lie, I was here and I never heard her say it. He was like, I understand where my mom coming from, though. Like, he didn't completely take my side, but he didn't take his mom's side. He stayed neutral because at the end of the day, he don't even know what happened. But he even vouched and said, like, I didn't even hear her say it. And I just felt like after that took place, I really was just so irritated. And I wanted to smack the fuck out of her. I'm not gonna lie. I had to go upstairs and cry because I was so fucking mad. Because at this point, I'm kind of irritated and I hate feeling played with. And it's like, you pregnant as fuck. And 9 times out of 10, if I do hit you, they gonna probably jump me. But I didn't even get no fuck. Like, y'all could have jumped me. It's whatever with me, for real. But I was so mad, I wanted to smack fat out her ass. I'm not gonna lie. I put that on my life. Only thing that crossed my mind was to smack the bitch. Like, I swear to God. She lucky she was carrying her baby. And I hate to say that. Like, I wouldn't even play like that. Because after he said all of that, I was so fucking mad. I feel like I couldn't even contain myself. I was like, I'm ready to go home. And I just walked off and went upstairs. She was like, well, go home then. I swear to God, like, the boldness was just crazy. Like, it was just so crazy, and I couldn't believe I was being treated like this. And I think that's why my reactions wasn't really like that. And then on top of that, like, these is people that I deemed as my friends. So, like, I'm not even thinking of it on no, like, defense mode or, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely played with me a lot in several, like, you know? So I went upstairs. I'm just so mad. Remember dude that was trying to see me, y'all? I called him. I'm like, can you please come get me before some shit really go wrong? Like I said, I'm so fucking mad. Like, I'm mad as shit I came down here. I don't got no fucking business being here. Like, I'm so fucking mad. I'm calling my homegirl. She trying to calm me down. She like, girl, just calm down. I'm throwing my shit around the room. Like, packing my stuff up. Like, making sure my shit ready. I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm ready to go. Like, this has been the worst. I was so mad. So upset. Like, and I think my feelings was really hurt more than I was actually angry. Because I really couldn't believe that they played with me like that. So all of this is happening. Tay come upstairs. She like, are you okay? Like, you finna leave? Mind you, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably about to go. Why the fuck did she go downstairs and tell them that I'm finna leave? Like, I swear to God. I swear to God. I hear her doing this shit. Like, why are you doing that? I was so ready to go. I was finna just go Uber to the airport and just sit in the fucking airport. Like, they had me so fucked up, bro. Tay did not come upstairs and apologize and say, you know what, my bad, I was wrong. She didn't say nothing. She never admitted to none of that. Like, period, point blank. Mind you, I have to backtrack a little bit because I can't remember which days was what, but I gotta backtrack. I do know the day before this, y'all, we was supposed to actually leave the day before, but we ended up missing our flight. Now, let me break this shit down how all of this happened. So, we had been out late that night after the baby shower. We supposed to leave the next day. We was supposed to leave the next day, yes. And I told Tay, like, okay, wake me up for 9 so we could leave or whatever. Mind you, I was so tired. We had been drinking and everything. Like, I was so fucking exhausted. I don't know why. I was just super tired. We was out late, like, till like 4 in the morning. So, it's time to get up. Tay get up and she get ready. I had already pre-packed all my stuff because I just know myself. And Tay, like, woke me up, but I, like, kind of dozed back off because I was super tired. So, I didn't end up being ready to walk out the door until 9:15. Like, calling the Uber till 9:15. Mind you, the airport was an hour away. And I think by the time we got there, our flight was going to leave, like, in an hour. Like, once we made it there, we only was going to have an hour until the flight board. So, once we woke up, we getting ready to leave. Old girl get up and she like, I don't know, like, if y'all go to the airport, y'all probably going to miss y'all flight because TSA, it take like an hour to get through TSA. Mind you, I never flew out of O'Hare, Chicago, but it's never took me an hour through TSA nowhere I ever flew. And I fly all the time. Like, you know, mind you, this is backtrack before the whole shit of happening downstairs and whatever. So as we getting ready, Tay kind of like, oh my God, like, we not gonna make it. And she just like got this disappointment and she started like taking off her stuff. She's like, damn, we not gonna make it. Why the fuck do these bitches start blaming me as to why she missed her flight and we not gonna make it? Because she ended up having to call and reschedule her whole flight and everything. I think she would have had an hour to board and I would have had like 2 hours or something like that because my flight was after hers. Mind you, we was only supposed to get up and leave at 9. I didn't get up till 9:15. And I just felt like, bitch, you know we all had a long ass night. If you see I'm still not getting up, wake me up again. Like, we supposed to be like sisters. So she said it was my fault we missed the flight. They both blame me for us missing the flight. Mind you, I feel like we still could have made the flight. Tay don't travel, so she don't know that. Like, but I feel like we could have still made the flight. I should have took my ass and just went and caught my flight. Me trying to be, I don't know what I was trying to be. But I'm like, okay, well, if I came with her from the airport, I'm going to go back to the airport with her. So I rescheduled my flight too, which is why I ended up leaving the next day supposedly the next day or the day after the next. We were supposed to leave on a Monday and we ended up leaving on a Wednesday, like that. So keep all of that in mind. Like, they was blaming me for the reason why we missed the flight. Which, if that's the case, we supposed to leave way hours in advance. Like, you feel me? I told her we was leaving at 9. And we was leaving at 9:15. That's 15 minutes later. Like, and I know that shit do be a difference, but I feel like, okay, if you see I'm dead asleep, just wake me up again. Like, because I would have did that. Like, I didn't feel like it was such a problem as they was making it. Like, you know, at the end of the day, we all grown, we all responsible for ourselves. I should have just got up. But if you see I'm tired and I haven't got up yet, it ain't shit to be like, Mono, come on, get up. Get up, come on, so we could go. And so I could get up. Like, I just dozed off because I'm really tired. So anyways, they had blamed me for that. It was my fault that we missed flights and she missed her flight and she had to reschedule her flight, right? So keep that in mind. So anyway, fast forward back to the story. Tay did tell them, like, oh yeah, she finna leave. So they had said, like, yeah, well, y'all can sleep downstairs tonight on the couch. Mind you, the couch is small as fuck. It's not big enough for 2 people. So I straight up said, like, I'm not sleeping on the couch. I'm gonna sleep up here. We've been sleeping in the room. It shouldn't be shit wrong with that. Period, point blank. Long story short, I did not sleep on the couch that night. It's time to go to sleep, y'all. And me, Tay, and old girl slept in the bed together. Old girl was the last person to come get in the bed. I didn't say shit to her. I didn't have nothing to say to her. Like, I wanted her to say something to me. I was gonna go off on her ass. That's all I was thinking. I was preparing to myself. And I feel like she knew not to say shit. It wasn't nothing to say. Because I was thinking in my head, like, let her say something to me. I'm finna treat the fuck out of her. So I woke up in the morning time. Soon as I woke up, I called my Uber. And I just went home by myself. Paid for my own Uber and I just went home. Fuck all of that. When I was leaving, like, Tay wanted to give me a hug and everything. And I just think at the same time, I still didn't really realize what was going on. Like, I had so much dysfunction going on in my life. I think it took me a little bit longer to kind of process what the fuck was going on, especially with Tay, than it should have. Because I even still gave her a hug in the morning before I left. She said, text me when you get to the airport. I texted her when I got to the airport. I had some beach pictures we took. I still posted them bitches when we got to the airport with her in them. Y'all go to my Instagram, y'all gonna see me in Chicago. But I took her out of the pictures or whatever. at the beach, in Chicago at the beach. So as soon as I woke up, I left. I got all my stuff and went in the Uber, and I went to the airport. I did not say nothing to old girl. When I made it to the airport, I blocked old girl on every fucking thing. Like, ho, don't ever talk to me. Because she really had me so bent. Like, I'm not going to lie. That was dead as wrong. Like, everything. And I just feel like nothing, at the end of the day, I could have been wrong for certain shit that she claimed I was wrong for. I don't feel like I was. But bitch, nothing amount to the shit that you had going on while I was with you, and the type of shit that you was doing. At the end of the day, nothing amount to none of that shit. Like, that was just, a lot of things she had going on was just ridiculous. Straight up. And I don't know if she had some type of karmic life as to why, like, a lot of karmic dysfunctional bullshit kept happening while I was with her. And also, when she came to stay with me and the narcissist, a lot of karmic bullshit was happening over there too. And I remember when she left from staying with us, I was thinking like, damn, come back for the next part. Anyways, hopefully this is the last part. But I remember when she came to stay with me and the boy that I was talking to at the time, a lot of karmic and drastic things happened over there while she was there. And I remember when she left, I start to feel like in my heart and soul that like, damn, maybe all that shit only happened because she was there. And I remember, I swear to God on my life, I would not lie or play about shit like this, because I'm a very spiritual person, and I am very good on knowing. And I remember before she even showed up and coming, I remember thinking like, I feel like when she get here, bad stuff is gonna happen. I swear to God on my life, I would never lie. I remember just feeling like that. And I remember when she left, I kept thinking like, I feel like all that stuff was happening because she was here. And I just remember, I never said it out loud, or I never told nobody that. I never told her that. I never said nothing to her about that. I never expressed that to nobody else, because I felt like that shit sounded really crazy to say. Especially like him doing certain shit didn't have nothing to do with her. So I'm like, that's probably a stretch for real. But I just remember really, really feeling like that. And then it's like when I visit you, a lot of dysfunctional things took place as well. So it's like when I'm by myself, like stuff like this don't happen. And I don't know, like I didn't want to feel like I was tripping. I already felt like a lot of things I probably didn't really understand, because it's like two people keep telling me I'm doing stuff that I don't feel like I'm doing. And it was just like, I don't know, I had to process a lot of things. But that's also another thing I started to feel. Anyways, once I got to the airport, I blocked over on everything. I didn't have nothing to say to her. I told Tay I made it. But once I had touched down to Dallas or whatever, you know, I started to tell a couple people like what happened. And I ended up telling Tay, like I said, you know, because we were still on speaking terms. Me and Tay didn't have nothing was going on between me and Tay. It was no issues between me and Tay. I told Tay, I told her through messages, I said, I'm not gonna lie, Tay, like I feel like you know, that was really wrong, that the whole time like you was the one who said something about it's not your job to cook. And you seen her mom kept asking, and not once did you vouch for me and say I didn't say it or admit to you saying it. Tay immediately played like a manipulation game. She went clean off on me. She just went off on me. She said, I feel like you're a terrible friend. You're selfish. You don't know how to treat people. You're rude. I swear to God, and I didn't even know where it was coming from. Last time I checked, we left, we was on good terms. Like, it wasn't nothing wrong. And I just felt like me saying that to you, it wasn't a blame game or nothing like that. It was just more so like me expressing, like, you know. And I almost started not to say nothing to her because I didn't even see the point. Like, I feel like if you do something like that, that's just your character. So it's not really nothing to call out or bring to your attention. Like, you don't know that about yourself. Like, that's just who you is. Because that's not something I would have done. Even if she didn't know if I said it or not, to not say nothing, like, I don't know. And then it just kept being so dragged. And I feel like you supposed to be my friend. Like, you don't see no shit wrong with this. Like, them dragging it out. Like, so she went off on me. She said, I'm a bad friend. Such and such. Made a manipulation game, because what I said to her didn't have nothing to do with whatever happened. Like, I even told her in the message, I said, I never said that, you know, I didn't do nothing y'all didn't like. You know, that's not even what my message was pertaining to. So for you to make it about something else because you didn't want to take self-accountability or admit or apologize, that's crazy. And that's why I just felt like the whole time we was there, like, she was playing a role, or maybe she was just like them and she was just fitting in. I don't know. So from there, me and Tay stopped talking, and then I went on to delete our pictures off of Instagram, and I blocked Tay on everything as well. I didn't have nothing else to say to Tay. It wasn't nothing to say to Tay, period. I didn't even expect for that to be her response. And I feel like a lot of it came from irritation, because I think she had to stay another day once I left. I don't even know. But like I told y'all, I feel like she could have called her flight. I feel like I could have called my flight too that day. And then once I spoke to them recently, y'all, why the fuck did they say that I'm the reason that Tay missed her? No. Why did they say that I left Tay in Chicago? How the fuck did I leave Tay in Chicago and she has a flight to New Orleans and I have a flight to Dallas, Texas? And we did not fly the same airlines. That is very insane. Like, it's super insane. And that's why I said I keep feeling like y'all don't understand we grown as hell. Like, because I came from the airport with you, that don't mean I gotta go back to the airport with you. Like, we is grown as fuck. We is not 15 years old. Like, that's crazy. Mind you, due to the circumstance, I was not waiting on you no more in that house. It was gonna get dangerous for me. You don't need to be nowhere you not wanted. So that was even more crazy to point out. Like, what was I supposed to wait and you and your family check me and wait for, like, that's crazy. Also, old girl told me that I ruined her baby shower, which is even crazier. Bitch, you didn't even know I said what the fuck I said until your baby shower was fucking over. Cause y'all remember when I made my TikTok and I was like, you got something to say, call my phone. She made it her business to call my phone. Mind y'all, she got Tay being quiet on three-way in the back while she talking to me. Just weird shit. But yeah, that's my 50 motherfucking part story time on my fallout with who I thought was my friends in Chicago. They definitely didn't take no self-accountability. They think I'm the reason for everything. I'm the worst friend. I'm a bad friend. In all of those situations I explained, I don't really feel like I did anything wrong. I did not see where they was coming from. To this day, I don't see where they coming from. But to me, it was just given like maybe I wasn't, liked how I thought I was. And that's why everything that I was doing was just like a problem. Like, Anyways, if you new here, I moved on from the situation. That happened several months ago. I don't wish to rekindle that friendship. It's more so just a story time for people that can relate and been through the same thing or for entertainment purposes. This story time became a topic because recently old girl had made a think piece to my story time about me getting into it with the lady that I stay with, which is not a similar situation to nothing that me and her went through, so I don't understand why a think piece was made on that. She went on to make it about loyalty and said I was disloyal for making a story time when I never told me and the girl business or whatever we had going on. I feel like that's disloyal. It was not disloyal for me to tell what the fuck I endured and how motherfuckers tried to play with me while I was standing they shit. That wasn't disloyal. It was disloyal when they played with me. Also, I told that story for people that could relate and may be going through the same thing. And in result to me making that story time, a lot of people reached out to me and said that they experienced the same thing or they're now currently going through the same thing. So I appreciated making that story time. She also went on to add her own parts to the story time, and I screenshotted the video. And oh yeah, also when she told the story, y'all, she pretended like she didn't even know who I was while giving the think piece. She kept calling me the girl from Dallas. Obsessive as hell. Mind you, she texted me in September trying to rekindle and be my friend, and Tay texted me like a month ago trying to be my friend. All for when they call me on the phone for them to tell me that I'm not a good friend and it's me. So if I'm such a bad motherfucking friend, why are you reaching out to me? You want to be in my business and know what's going on. And that's what happened when you feed the ear too much and people don't have the same access to you. So now they feel almost entitled and hurt that they can't no longer be in your circle. But I'm such a bad friend, so I didn't understand why it mattered. I wouldn't miss no hoe or wish no hoe no happy birthday who I said ruined my baby shower. I'm just saying what I wouldn't do. We two different people though. That's me. Anyways, I hope that y'all enjoyed my story time. I got plenty more story times coming. And a lot of story times that I tell, it don't really have nothing to do with them people specifically. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about unless them people make it known who I'm talking about. And that's their business. I got a lot of crazy karmic things that happened to me. I'm also going to, in the next post, one day, be talking about generational curses in family and how having a karmic cycle in your generation, is it generation? Generational? In your generation is possible and crazy. And I feel like I've experienced that. And yeah, can y'all follow y'all girl? Because I did that. I'm tired. Voice is raspy. I done told this story like 50 hours sitting here for y'all.